representing Huasha to enter the strange tale world. But as soon as he entered, he got into a brawl with two strange entities. Teaching the strangeness a lesson. Showing them who's the real boss and the origin of strangeness. Huasha unexpectedly re-entered the strange tale world overnight. Global panic erupted again. Loser nations would see their population sharply decline. Meanwhile, the small island nation of Dongdao openly provoked Huasha, all because they were selected by the strange tale world and awakened vision-type talents. Then publicly issued a statement mocking Longguo, ridiculing Huasha as talentless. This enraged Huasha's top officials. Even a small island dared act so arrogantly? The generals of the military were furious. If not for the influence of the strange tale world, he would have already led 200,000 elite troops to wipe out the island nation. However, the current situation was somewhat unfavorable to Huasha. Everything now depended on Huasha's chosen one, Su Shao. The fate of Huasha's future lay in their hands. But based on various analyses, Su Shao seemed to be a bit rebellious. Even though the system warned not to open the curtains, the next second he pulled them wide open, basking in the sunlight, and nothing happened to him, leaving the strange tale world speechless. Prompt 2. Do not turn on the TV. If you're bored, play with the cat. Before the words even finished, he had already turned on the TV. He muttered, "How can a cat be more fun than TV? Watching TV is way better." Due to his reckless behavior, he completely enraged the strange tale world. Prompt. Players are advised to follow the prompts. Otherwise, strange occurrences will happen. Yet Su Shao showed everyone what true strangeness was. He slapped the strange cat given by the system twice, and cursed, "If you cry again, I'll give you 2 more slaps." Huasha re-entered the strange tale world overnight. If the chosen one fails, their country will be engulfed by rule-based strangeness. Meaning Huasha's 800 million people could be wiped out overnight. In the strange tale world, Su Shao looked at the rule prompts. Rule 1. Never open the curtains, whether day or night. Rule 2. The bathroom can be used, but absolutely do not turn on the lights. Rule 3. Do not go outside. If you hear knocking, do not open the door, until the person leaves. Just as he was selected and arrived in the strange tale world, a paper note from his mother appeared. An ancient mechanical sound echoed. First time entrance into the strange tale world will receive 1 random draw for a strange talent. Talent draw in progress. Congratulations, Su Shao has acquired an SSS grade talent, Innate Defiance. Su Shao was stunned. An SSS grade talent. Talent analysis. Among 100 people, you have 99 parts of rebellious blood. Innate Defiance can ignore right or wrong rules. In the strange tale world, it allows full rebellion. Enduring rebellion, you won't be polluted or devoured by strangeness. Damn, this is even more exciting than a cheat system. Being cautious was never his style. But being rebellious? Now that's his forte. This SSS grade talent. No one in Huasha had drawn it before. The chance was said to be 1 in a million. At this moment, Huasha's military watched Su Shao inside the strange tale world. The general said, "Su Shao, only 18 years old, fighting for the country. Still too young. If he fails, Huasha might not withstand this strange invasion. Such an invasion would cause massive deaths. Some smaller nations might even be wiped out entirely." One person suggested, "We have 3 chances to remind him. Should we use one to ask about his talent?" Others disagreed. Those chances are too precious. And asking during the global broadcast is the same as revealing Su Shao's talent to the world. Meanwhile, in the strange tale world, Su Shao found a card on the table. He picked it up to take a look. The content read, "My dear baby, Mom has gone out. I'll be back in a week. Be good and listen. You must read the following carefully, and make sure to follow it. Rule 1. No matter if it's day or night, never open the curtains. Rule 2. There's frozen steak in the fridge. You should eat it as raw as possible. Whatever you do, don't cook it well done. Rule 3. The bathroom can be used, but never turn on the light while using it. Rule 4. The wall clock tells the correct time, but never use it as an alarm. Rule 5. Do not leave the house. If you hear knocking, do not open the door until the person leaves. Rule 6. Take good care of the cat. Do not randomly name it. Rule 7. Feed the cat noodles. Never cat food. Rule 8. At night, keep the cat by your side while sleeping. Never leave it alone in the living room. Rule 9. Neighbors may visit from time to time. If you're bored, you can play with the cat. Su Xiao immediately thought Rule 1 was nonsense. What? No matter day or night. Never open the curtains? He went straight to the window and pulled the curtains open, basking in sunlight. This scene was broadcast live worldwide. Audiences everywhere gasped, "Holy crap. How did he figure out Rule 1 was false? Is this guy a logic genius?" Only 3 minutes into the strange tale world, and he already identified a false rule. Washa has hope. This guy's an absolute genius. Soon the UK, Asan, Grizzly Nation, and many others also realized Rule 1 was wrong. Meanwhile, in the island country, the Baga received a national alert. Rule 1 is incorrect. You must not lose to Longguo. This stunned the little Baga. The trash Longguo actually found a wrong rule? No way I can lose. He immediately sprinted to the window and violently pulled the curtains open, striking a pose so absurd even dogs would want to pee on him. But the next moment, a ghost appeared. An explosion echoed. The little Baga almost wet himself in fear, and the smoke cleared. The little Baga was hiding in a patch of light. His body was intact, but his hair had been completely blasted off. Global audiences watching the livestream commented, "Damn, this guy's talent must be a shield skill. Just lucky." Other countries copying this might not be so lucky. Some nations already suffered strange tale incursions just now. Meanwhile, Su Xiao was still lying lazily on the sofa. With over 90% rebellious spirit, he couldn't sit still anymore. He headed straight for the fridge looking for food. But all he found was some noodles and a few scraps. The food inside would only last 5 days. But he needed to survive 7 days to pass. Still, he wasn't planning to starve. He decided to feed the cat some noodles first. Viewers watching the stream were stunned. Rule 7 clearly said, "Don't feed the cat noodles." It's over. He's about to break another rule. This man represents Washa in the Strange Tale event. Rule 2. Frozen steak is available in the fridge. It's best eaten as raw as possible. Definitely don't cook it well done. But being so rebellious, he deliberately cooked it fully. The essence of defiance. Rule 6. Take good care of the cat. But don't casually name it. With 98% rebellious spirit in his bones, he immediately gave the cat a loud name, Ugly Freak. Rule 7. Feed the cat noodles. Never feed it cat food. The man actually cooked noodles. But he ate them right in front of the cat. Then he pulled out a bag of cat food. At this moment, Su Xiao was cooking noodles in the kitchen. A black shadow was staring straight at him from behind. The next second, the cat suddenly appeared in front of the noodles. He immediately gave the cat a new name, Ugly Freak. The global livestream viewers were dumbfounded. Didn't Rule 6 say not to name the cat? He's breaking the rules again. They saw the cat's eyes instantly change. But Su Xiao didn't care at all. He didn't care what the cat might turn into. The Strange Tale world from Mom's Note had a death rate as high as 99%. Kindness and mercy wouldn't get you through. And he had the rebellious talent. Full of defiance, as long as he rebelled, he would be protected. So no matter how hard things got, he had to push through. Su Xiao started eating his noodles directly. This scene stunned the people of Washa. He really ate the cat's noodles. Now he was done for. Even more shocking, he picked up the cat food after eating. Damn, in just a few minutes, he broke Rule 6 and Rule 7. Look at that cat, it doesn't look normal anymore. Su Xiao placed the cat food down and left directly. Other countries saw the cat's change. Washa is doomed, they said. Get ready for Strange Tale's arrival. In Washa's Supreme Command Center, the room fell deathly silent. Everyone looked troubled. They didn't understand why Su Xiao did that. It was obvious the cat was crucial in this strange tale. Losing the cat meant survival would be difficult. Things were getting out of control. Should we use a reminder chance to warn Su Xiao about the cat? While the command room discussed, a system notification rang out. The chosen ones from Vietnam, Ukraine, Myanmar, and 3 other countries have been devoured. The Strange Tale world will descend in seconds. The generals were stunned. These countries failed so fast? Someone said, they probably imitated Su Shao earlier. And broke Rule 1. The chosen ones from big countries had talents to avoid being devoured. But small countries weren't so lucky. They got infected, meaning they were indirectly eliminated by Su Shao. This sped up the Strange Tale world's process. But one thing's clear. Rule 1 was wrong. Then why hasn't Su Shao been punished? Could it be that his talent grants immunity? Someone suggested, if that's the case, we don't need to waste a reminder opportunity yet. Let's hope Su Shao got a good talent this time. And turn the tide for Longguo. The command room decided not to send a reminder for now. Meanwhile, in the Strange Tale world, it was already 7 p.m. John from another country was hesitating with a steak. Rule 2 suggested eating it raw. Another contestant from the island nation struggled too. He had already used up his shield talent. If he made another mistake, he would be eliminated. Still, he didn't dare to act rashly. He couldn't tell if Rule 2 was true or false. Only Su Shao cooked his steak well done, and ate it in huge bites. He wolfed it down. Washa viewers were nearly scared to death. He actually roasted it and ate it. Nothing bad happened afterward. Did he actually guess right? Was Rule 2 false? But when Su Shao stood up, the cat had already started mutating. Washa viewers begged their leaders to warn Su Shao. Stay away from that terrifying cat. Meanwhile, countries around the world issued reminders. This time, they chose a different method from Su Shao. Following Rule 2, they chose to eat the steak raw. But the next second, strange creatures appeared. They infected and devoured people instantly. It was obvious that eating it raw was wrong. At this moment, only the Washa viewers could still laugh. Not listening to Su Shao would only lead to immediate losses. In no time, 5 more countries' chosen ones were devoured by the strange forces. The Strange Tale world will descend in 10 seconds. John from another country started to worry. Even though he drew an SG-level talent, Su Shao still outperformed him. At that moment, he listed Su Shao as the most dangerous opponent in this Strange Tale world. Meanwhile, the cat's gaze grew eerier. Su Shao also received Washa's first hint. Cat is dangerous. Stay away. It's mimicking you. Currently eliminated. 6. Su Shao didn't expect to have eliminated 6 players so quickly. And the mimicking probably referred to opening the curtains. The next moment, he laughed. If they like to mimic, then let them mimic even more. This man, chosen for the Strange Tale world, had 98% rebellion in his blood. In the Strange Tale world, his rebellion reached a level where if you asked him to drink urine, he would rather eat poop. At this moment, Su Shao grabbed the strange cat. The global audience immediately exploded. What's Su Shao trying to do now? Didn't Washa warn him to stay away from the cat? He carried the cat and opened a door. Without hesitation, he tossed the cat into the bathroom and locked the door firmly. This made the strange orange cat spin around wildly. It was unclear who was the real monster now. Su Shao said he felt much better not seeing that ugly freak. Everyone was stunned. This reverse play was incredible. It caught the strangeness off guard. But why didn't the cat attack him back? The next second, Su Shao picked up the TV remote. Playing with a cat when bored? Screw that. Watching TV is way better. The Washa viewers almost had heart attacks. Why does Su Shao always have to go against the rules? The rule clearly said, don't turn on the TV at home. You could play with the cat if bored. But look, nothing bad seemed to happen. Could it be another false rule? Meanwhile, in the footage, the island nation contestant was terrified, sharply contrasting Su Shao's relaxed demeanor. Inside the island nation's conference room, the officials complained, why must our chosen one act like an idiot? Guessing the rule's truth? Someone asked about the TV rule. Should we give a hint to Nichikawa Steel? Are you stupid? The TV isn't essential. It can be left off. Why waste a reminder? Meanwhile, Miku from Dongbara, a small country's chosen one, turned on the TV out of boredom. The next moment, strangeness flooded out of the screen. Miku was instantly infected and devoured. The whole world received a notification simultaneously. Dongbara's chosen one was devoured by strangeness. The Strange Tale world is about to descend. This left other countries puzzled. Why was Su Xiao fine? One incident after another. It could no longer be dismissed as coincidence. It was highly likely that, like Nichikawa Steel of the island nation, Su Xiao had drawn a top-tier immunity talent. Among the top-tier talents, one grants 3 immunities to strangeness corruption, and Su Xiao had just used up his third. Now let's see what tricks he still has left. A whole afternoon passed, and both the island nation and Assyria were fuming like grandsons, but they didn't dare imitate Su Xiao anymore. At that moment, livestream viewers shouted, "Look! Su Xiao is moving again. Is he going to take a dump?" As soon as Su Xiao opened the bathroom door, there was a swoosh sound. The cat that had just feasted in the bathroom dashed out. Rule 3 had warned not to turn on the light in the bathroom. Could Su Xiao be about to break another rule? The next second, he really did. Without thinking, Su Xiao switched on the bathroom light, and what he saw was a gruesome scene in the corner. A loud shout rang out. "Damn you ugly freak, was it you?" A strange voice echoed. A figure with blood-red starlight eyes suddenly appeared. The orange cat was so terrified it puffed up. "Scratching and scribbling in the bathroom? If you can't write, then don't. You even wrote, 'Death.' Made me unable to poop. No dinner for you tonight." Su Xiao kept slapping the cat while scolding. At this moment, the orange cat could no longer endure the education. Su Xiao asked if it was dissatisfied with his strength. "Judging by your eyes, you seem quite defiant." He immediately threw the cat out again. "Be obedient. Don't think you can do whatever you want just because you have some background. If you don't clean up the bathroom tonight, don't even dream of having hot food tomorrow." What kind of man has the guts to livestream pooping in front of 80 billion people? Is it human nature twisted, or island nation's morality lost? In the strange tale world at midnight, Nichikawa Steel from the island nation was about to have diarrhea. He couldn't hold it anymore. He had been holding it for 12 hours. He rushed into the bathroom without even turning on the light, and started relieving himself in front of 80 billion people. Viewers screamed, "Damn, this is a video you can smell." Suddenly someone shouted, "Look at the corner. Something's coming out." Nichikawa Steel immediately squawked in fear, cutting off halfway through pooping. A strange entity tried to infect and devour him. Luckily, he had the immunity talent, which could block strangeness 3 times. But this attack was more intense. The second wave hit. Viewers noticed the immunity aura was dimming. After one attack, it could vanish anytime. Next moment, there was a loud crack. The immunity shield shattered. Nichikawa Steel didn't even have time to pull up his pants, and rushed to switch on the bathroom light. That barely saved him from disaster. Damn, he actually turned on the light at the critical moment. Too bad, he wasn't killed. At this moment, laughter filled the island nation. Nichikawa Steel is awesome, with top-tier talent in hand. He's way better than Washa's Su Xiao. But Nichikawa Steel felt terrible. He now had only one immunity use left. Meanwhile, on the other side, Su Xiao took down the wall clock. He was going to set it as an alarm. Viewers were dumbfounded. Rule 4 said not to use the wall clock as an alarm. Was he about to rebel again? At the bedroom door, looking at the fat cat, Su Xiao remembered a rule. He was supposed to sleep with it. The next moment, not only the cat, but even the 80 billion viewers were speechless. He simply shut the door and went to bed. Looking around, every other contestant hugged their cat to sleep. No strangeness occurred, proving that rule was indeed correct. Late at night, Su Xiao fell into deep sleep. Meanwhile, the abandoned cat started turning strange. Suddenly, a shadow emerged from the cat's body. Livestream viewers shuddered in terror. This is terrifying. Su Xiao's screwed now. The Washa viewers held their breath, watching as the strange figure searched for prey. Eventually, the figure stopped somewhere, right outside Su Xiao's bedroom. What kind of scumbag makes a female ghost in a miniskirt wait outside his door for 3 hours? Looking at this midnight ghost girl, viewers' hairs stood on end. Next moment, the bullet comments exploded. Damn, that's too scary. I almost peed the bed. Tonight, there's no way I'm sleeping. One guy said his mom asked why he was awake. He showed her the stream. And now they're both hiding under the covers shaking. Half an hour later, the footage returned to normal. The big orange cat was snoring on the couch. Viewers were curious whether Su Shao had been eliminated. At this moment, the Dragon Nation's conference room was in heated discussion. The top brass were analyzing the situation. Now, all we can do is pray. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Someone explained. If the cat itself is the problem, then even sleeping with it would have caused incidents in other countries. Meanwhile, seeing Su Shao violate the rules and cause the cat to mutate, the island nation laughed out loud, ready to see Washa fall into Rule's strange talk again. America also laughed, seeing Su Shao violate the rules 3 times and even cause the cat to mutate tonight. The Dragon Nation's luck ends here. But Pakistan silently cheered for Washa, hoping Su Shao would endure. They even sent a secret message to Washa's high command, saying Pakistan would always stand with the Dragon Nation. The next day arrived in the Strange Tale world. As soon as Su Shao woke up, he received the second tip from Washa. The content was, midnight, cat became strange, body torn apart, woman, be careful. Su Shao began analyzing. It meant that last night, a woman emerged from the orange cat, and it happened at midnight. Since the orange cat is part of the strangeness, he only needed to keep rebelling to stay safe. Otherwise, he might have been eliminated last night. Su Shao then opened the door and went to the living room. Looking at the seemingly loyal orange cat, it seemed normal. Then he decided to check the bathroom. For the cat to clean the bathroom so thoroughly, there must be a ghost. Luckily, he didn't sleep with the cat last night. This cat was definitely a trap. The bullet comments filled with agreement. The big boss is always right. Very reasonable analysis. At this moment, Su Shao was boiling noodles again for the cat. The viewers were quite calm. Eating once or twice, he's already used to it. Everyone had gotten used to his rebellious moves. Viewers turned to other chosen ones. Nichikawa's steel from the island nation was still sleeping. Meanwhile, Dragon Nation's Su Shao was already feeding the cat. One comment from America popped up. What's going on? Pakistan's chosen one is awake. But other nations' chosen ones are still asleep? A miniskirt ghost waited 3 hours for the scumbag, yet left empty-handed. She even cleaned the bathroom for him. Su Shao survived the strange night safely. But strangely, besides Su Shao and Pakistan, all other nations' chosen ones were still asleep. Someone noticed something. Pasha and Su Shao both used the wall clock as an alarm. Their clocks were still moving. But those who left the clock hanging on the wall, their clocks had stopped, since they fell asleep, meaning they were still stuck in last night. In the Strange Tale world, they couldn't feel time passing. Maybe one sleep could last 7 days. There was precedent for this. A big nation's chosen one once overslept and triggered 300 strange rule descents overnight. The entire country's people disappeared overnight. No one knew what happened. In America's war room, an urgent alarm sounded. Finally, they made a decision. Use the last reminder opportunity. Send continuous alarms to wake up their chosen ones. Seeing America's John wake up, other countries followed suit. Suddenly, the whole world was sending reminders. Although they woke their chosen ones up, they also used up their precious third reminder. Now, only Dragon Nation and Pakistan still had one reminder left. Other nations had used up all theirs. This made Washa's leaders quite happy. Those big and small nations who mocked Washa. Now, tables have turned. John from America read the third reminder from High Command. Once again, Su Shao was ahead of him. Did they really think his S-level talent was trash? That guy only had an A- level talent, yet kept slapping his face. He swore there would be a day when Su Shao would end up crying. While other chosen ones were sorting out the rules, Su Shao was still slacking off. Nichikawa's steel from the island nation analyzed that only Rule 5 and Rule 9 remained uncertain. But these two rules contradicted each other. Rule 5. Do not go outside. If you hear someone knocking, do not open the door until the person leaves. Rule 9. Sometimes the neighbor will visit. Please open the door and give them cat food. But Rule 5 had a strange point. It didn't mention neighbor at all. Did that mean you shouldn't open to strangers, but could open for neighbors? But how to confirm if it was a neighbor knocking, and not something else? Before Nichikawa Steel could figure it out, Rapid knocking sound came from the door. He panicked, unsure what to do. If he made the wrong move, it would be over. At the same time, Su Xiao's door was also knocked. The person outside spoke. "It's me, your neighbor Old Wang." Su Xiao thought the guy sounded rather polite. Viewers exclaimed, "Holy crap. Su Xiao isn't going to open the door, right? If the neighbor is a strange entity, it's over." Rule 5. Do not go outside. If you hear knocking, do not open the door until they leave. And just as Su Xiao's door was knocked, he felt that hesitating disrespected his rebellious gift. He opened the door and found no one there. Was it a ghost knocking? The next second, he knew things went wrong. Wuxia viewers panicked. "This thing looks terrifying." Then a piercing scream rang out. Su Xiao was attacked by a strange entity. The live broadcast immediately cut out. Wuxia High Command was furious. This is over. Su Xiao had been devoured. Rule Strange Talk was about to descend on Dragon Nation. Heaven, don't abandon us. People on the streets were in anguish. Su Xiao's disappearance, and Dragon Nation would be invaded by Rule Strange Talk. It was hard to accept such a fate. Other countries celebrated Wuxia's failure. The island nation laughed the hardest. America also laughed like crazy. Heba shouted, "Finally, the day has come. We'll witness Dragon Nation's fall." But 2 minutes later, Su Xiao reappeared on the screen. The despairing nation erupted with excitement. Everyone shouted, "Su Xiao's alive." Su Xiao explained he was ambushed by strangeness, but had handled it. What, just casually saying he survived? That's way too easy. That was a strange attack. How did Su Xiao manage it? Full marks for this badass move. No shame in praising him. My god, he's just too amazing. Now America knew Su Xiao must have drawn a god-tier talent. Otherwise, it was impossible to survive the attack. Ahiba claimed there must be foul play. Someone else said, "Oh no. Our chosen ones are doomed." At this moment, Pucheng was trembling at the knocking on the door. Viewers laughed. Learn from Su Xiao. Don't go opening doors. Look, this kid's scared silly. Pucheng shouted. Stop knocking. Who are you? What do you want? The next second, the knocking stopped. This confused Pucheng. Suddenly, bang, a huge machete broke down the door. Sharp-eyed viewers noticed. Look. This guy's peeing himself. OMG, he literally wet himself. And even more shocking, he pooped himself too. Ahiba's top brass were in full panic. Their chosen one had little chance of surviving. Meanwhile, Su Xiao had just finished eating steak. He thought the food in the strange talk world wasn't bad at all. Suddenly, there was another knock at the door. Su Xiao got angry. He shouted, "Who is it? I already slapped you twice, and you're still coming?" The global strange talk rules had descended. Other nations were all hoping for Wuxia's defeat and destruction. But Su Xiao, relying on pure rebellion, was breaking through the strange talk world. Rule 9. Sometimes the neighbor will come to visit. Please open the door, and give them cat food. Just now, Su Xiao faced his second knock. The voice outside said, "I'm your neighbor. I want to borrow something." It sounded normal, but in a strange world. The more normal, the more dangerous. To maintain the protection of his rebellious gift, he had to open the door. The door swung open. There was no one outside. Su Xiao muttered, "Boring. This strangeness is so unprofessional. Doesn't even attack me?" The audience was stunned. What kind of talent does Su Xiao have? It feels like even strangeness fears him. But as soon as he opened the door, black mist emerged. Pu Bucheng was instantly terrified. Strangeness attacked. In an instant, he was infected and devoured. The chosen one from Kimchi Nation, Pu Bucheng, was wiped out. Strange talk rules were about to descend. Kimchi Nation's leadership was furious, cursing non-stop. That damn fool who can only poop. Pu Bucheng, you traitor. You are the sinner of Kimchi Nation. 10 seconds later, strange talk descended upon Kimchi Nation. Weird phenomena erupted instantly. Countless people disappeared and died mysteriously. Wuxia's leadership finally felt a bit of relief. But unfortunately, the island nation's guy was still alive. As other nations were eliminated, only Pakistan and the island nation remained among small countries. Meanwhile, inside America's war room, people analyzed the strange talk event. Normally, major powers held better information. compared to small nations, but strange talk rules were unpredictable. Even major powers couldn't guarantee helping their chosen ones completely. The strange talk event had now reached 7 p.m. Su Xiao's door was knocked for the third time. The neighbor asked to borrow some cat food, saying they would repay it with food. Su Xiao analyzed that the voice might really belong to a neighbor, but he rebelliously refused, saying he ate all the cat food, and was about to eat the cat too. The neighbor fled in terror. The audience was used to it. This guy never played by the rules. Meanwhile, America's John chose to open the door and trade. Nichikawa's steel from the island nation was trembling on the couch. But the next moment, something strange happened at his door. A strange entity had snuck behind Nichikawa. Feeling something abnormal behind him, Nichikawa's steel didn't even dare to turn his head. Rule 18. Mother is not coming back. Open the door after 7 days and everything ends. At this moment, the island nation guy, who had just been attacked by strangeness, still had an immunity shield left. He barely survived. Appearing 3 immunity shields meant his talent was at least a rank or above. This little bastard really had dogshit luck. In the strange talk world, the remaining chosen ones, Pasha's Su Xiao, Sun Never Sets Nation's Edra, Pakistan's Pasha, America's John, Soccer Nation's Arthur, Island Nation's Nichikawa Steel, and Paris Nation's Adolf. John stared at the new rules, falling silent. Rule 11. The cat will protect you, but it may also harm you. If you find the cat acting abnormally, you must kill it immediately. It was truly chilling. This cat was the greatest threat. He analyzed that, besides Su Xiao, all the other chosen ones slept with the cat every night. If there really was a problem, they were doomed. At this moment, Su Xiao had just finished reading the new 8 rules. After understanding the new rules, the cat looked more and more arrogant. Would taste great in hot pot. The next moment, the cat fled faster than it ever had before. Although he knew the cat was definitely suspicious, keeping it around was a risk. But Su Xiao couldn't act just yet. He could only take it one step at a time. If things really got bad, he would deal with it then. Walking to the balcony, Su Xiao noticed a doll outside. It made him suspicious. He stared at it for a long time. It wasn't there yesterday. Why was there a doll on the balcony today? Was it the big orange cat's doing? The live stream chat exploded, telling him to throw it away. That thing clearly wasn't anything good. Sure enough, strangeness occurred the next second. The doll's eyes turned red. A strange force tried to infect and devour Su Xiao, but was blocked by a golden light. This confirmed it. Su Xiao had some kind of immunity. But it wasn't over. The doll's mutation continued. It revealed a creepy smile. Su Xiao felt nauseous. He hated these fake professional smiles the most. Encountering such a disgusting thing early in the morning really ruined his appetite. Washaw viewers were about to cry. Then hurry up and throw it away. Planning to bring it home for New Year's or what? Rule 11. The cat will protect you, but it may also harm you. Rule 17. There is nothing on the balcony. No matter what you hear, do not investigate. Rule 18. Mother is not coming back. Open the door after 7 days, everything ends. The Washaw audience was collectively stunned. Faced with a creepy doll, Su Xiao didn't throw it away, but instead walked it into the bathroom. The next moment, an even crazier move. He placed the doll beside the toilet. Was he trying to let it enjoy a hearty meal? Someone smart speculated on Su Xiao's plan. The doll must be part of the strangeness. Su Xiao was trying to use strangeness against strangeness. Damn, Su Xiao was really ruthless. Letting the doll feast inside. Now it would be the big orange cat's turn to curse. This thing looked even creepier than the cat. Meanwhile, in America's war room, they were analyzing Su Xiao from Dragon Nation. From the previous events, Su Xiao's gift was similar to Nichikawa Steel's. Triggered an immunity talent upon strange attacks. But Su Xiao's immunity had triggered far more than 3 times. Meaning his talent was higher than Nichikawa's first level 1. At least S rank. That meant John was at risk. Washaw really wasn't easy to deal with. They hoped John could rally and surpass him to become the first to clear. In the strange talk world, John's gift was revealed. S rank gift. Error identification. 3 chances to identify false rules. Additionally, he could initiate a 30-second remote conversation with any chosen one. He thought about it. So far the cat hadn't acted weird. He considered whether to use his ability to check. But the problem was, over the last 2 days, he had already used the ability twice. Now only one use remained. And he had 3 suspicious rules. He couldn't decide for a moment whether to spend his last chance on the cat. In the end, he decided not to. Whether the cat plays a good or bad role, he just needed to stay alert and it would be fine. So using his ability to identify this rule wasn't very meaningful. Instead, it was Rule 15. You can go out. But what was the point of going out? The most bizarre, however, was Rule 18. The challenge would end after 7 days. But if that was wrong, and it wasn't 7 days, lowering his guard would waste all his previous efforts. Thus, John decided to use his final ability to identify Rule 18. When John activated error recognition, the system informed him that Rule 18 was false. He was overjoyed. It was just as he suspected. This rule was wrong. He believed that Su Xiao from Dragon Nation wouldn't realize this. Suddenly, the eerie cry of a baby rang out. John shouted, "What the FK is this? When had there been a baby in this room?" At that moment, the big orange cat eerily approached John, rubbing frantically against his leg. It seemed to be giving him a warning. John stroked the cat's head and asked, "Are you warning me not to go over there, little kitty?" It seemed the rules were right. The cat would indeed protect him. This cat was definitely not simple. But even without the cat's warning, he wouldn't have gone to the balcony. Because Rule 17 stated, "Do not be curious about anything on the balcony." Earlier, he had pretended to approach the balcony, just to test if the cat would actively protect him. Meanwhile, Arthur on the other side, simply covered his ears and pretended to hear nothing. Many chosen ones responded the same way, by ignoring it. Only Adolphe from Paris had been so nervous since entering the world that he couldn't sleep. Now he was mentally unstable. He pulled open the curtain. The moment the curtain opened, a strange force swept in, immediately infecting and devouring him. In the Paris war room, a mechanical voice announced Adolphe had been devoured by the strangeness. The strange talk world would descend. Only seconds remained before disaster began. The command center immediately ordered a level 1 state of emergency. Activate chips. Upload all data related to Mother's Note into the citizens' minds immediately. Now the only thing they could do was self-rescue, trying to control the death toll after the rules descended. Meanwhile, Su Xiao's rebellious move shocked everyone. He was using his body to block the bathroom door. Something was frantically crashing against it. Inside, the big orange cat was cursing and fighting. As a ghost entity, he was furious someone was fighting him over poop. Rule 10. Do not turn on the TV at home. If bored, you could let the cat accompany you. Not only did Su Xiao rebel and turn it on, he even watched postnatal pig care in front of 8 billion people. Next moment, a girl in a miniskirt tried crawling out for deeper communication. But Su Xiao, being rebellious, threw both the big orange cat and the doll into the bathroom. Result. 2 ghostly entities started an epic brawl over poop. After a while, Su Xiao heard silence. He opened the bathroom door and peeked inside. Suddenly, with a whoosh, the big orange cat dashed out. It was obvious he had lost the battle. He had been pinned and humiliated. At that moment, his gaze completely gave him away. He cursed Su Xiao 1,000 times in his heart. The big cat sulked on the sofa, full of resentment. Su Xiao approached cheerfully, only making it worse. Su Xiao said lightly, "Did you just glare at me? Looks like you two didn't settle it just now. Want to spar with me instead? Let's see who slaps harder." The big cat totally cowered, hiding under the table and trembling. Haha, suddenly feeling a little sorry for the ugly beast. This time he really met his match. It seemed the doll was still more terrifying. Suddenly Su Xiao fetched the doll back from the toilet. He examined the strange doll closely, trying to spot what was wrong. And the next second it happened. The doll let out another eerie baby giggle, its eyes glowing red. Even Su Xiao, with his 98 pounds of rebellion, got startled. Seeing the doll's mouth twist, he remembered how they defeated the Twisted Mouth Dragon King in dramas. by ripping his mouth apart. He immediately interrupted the doll's spellcasting, leaving the viewers dumbfounded. Such a pro move, a true natural. For the first time, the poor doll was battered. Su Xiao felt there was no point in letting it guard the bathroom. Might as well have it and the orange cat stand night watch in the living room. The audience laughed. That's a good idea. If the ugly freak acts up again, there'll be a good show. After eating his steak, Su Xiao lounged on the sofa. He turned on the TV and started watching postnatal pig care. But something eerie happened immediately. A hand reached out from the TV. Next came a girl in a super short skirt. Su Xiao froze. Have they watched too much Sadako? He immediately ran to find a weapon. After all, a ghost is still a woman. And suddenly, just like that, Su Xiao grabbed the doll and attacked. The doll took 2 slaps in 1 second. Its mind filled with WTF. It couldn't even figure out why it got hit. The audience roared with laughter. Even the crawling ghost girl was stunned by Su Xiao's rebellious move. Next, she suddenly pulled off a gold-silver split move. The small island nation cheered, thinking they had intimidated Su Xiao. Dragon Nation's Su Xiao was doomed. They thought they could fully trust her. Tonight witnessed 3 eerie comedies in the strange world. The eerie doll got slapped twice. The sighing orange cat got slapped twice. And the girl ghost in a miniskirt fled in terror. Just earlier, the girl ghost showed her chicken feet. And Su Xiao immediately grabbed the big orange cat. He dragged her out forcefully. The cat looked utterly confused. Just hungry for a warm meal in the toilet, what's wrong? Meanwhile, when the ghost girl tried to infect Su Xiao, she froze at what she saw. 2 slaps earlier had already traumatized her. Now she grabbed the orange cat and slapped it twice. The doll started crying instantly. The big orange cat was stunned. The miniskirt ghost girl almost split apart. She had no choice but to change tactics. Viewers watching her stand up screamed sexy non-stop. Even if she's a ghost, those legs are acceptable. But the weirdness didn't stop. The ghost girl bowed deeply to Su Xiao, then bolted, afraid that 1 more second would mean 2 more slaps. Everyone was baffled. Is this even reasonable? My God, he scared her off. Dragon Nation's Su Xiao actually used 4 slaps to scare off a ghost. Su Xiao let out a sigh of relief. He figured anything crawling out of the TV was definitely weaker than the real doll or cat, so slapping them was enough to scare it away. Football Nation's leaders, seeing Su Xiao's brilliance, thought he might be the dark horse. They immediately sent a secret message to Dragon Nation, stating they wished to become allies. The Sun Never Sets Empire also followed suit, sharing all their strange event intel. Dragon Nation had made new friends. The US and East Island looked grim. They immediately ordered a full surveillance on every move Su Xiao made. They couldn't afford to miss the only chance to destroy Huasha. Inside Huasha's conference room, cheers erupted. At the same time, they received goodwill gestures from the Sunset Empire and the Soccer Kingdom. They provided the latest information on the bizarre tales. Huasha's leadership accepted the gestures, but they were fully aware of the motives. You must always guard against others. Huasha still had 1 hint opportunity left. If used properly, they could remind Su Xiao at a critical moment. Meanwhile, inside the bizarre world, Su Xiao had cooked another steak. He sprinkled some black pepper on it. Clean and hygienic. Suddenly, the sound of high heels echoed. When Su Xiao turned around, he freaked out internally. It genuinely startled him. It instantly reminded him of Rule 13. Sometimes a strange girl may appear at home. Try communicating with her, and you can completely trust her. If the rule was correct, it was necessary to bring the girl to his room for a deeper conversation. Unfortunately, he was a rebel at heart. Only rebellion could trigger his innate protection. The livestream viewers were stunned. Su Xiao actually pretended not to see her. Damn, true man. Respect, he's a real man. Sharp-eyed viewers analyzed. Could this girl have come from the big orange cat's body? Did you notice? The woman who appeared the other night looked similar to her. Maybe they are the same person. Viewers watched Su Xiao in the bizarre world start searching for the big orange cat. Everyone held their breath. Bro, don't court death. Your adorable big orange cat might be the girl behind you. But Su Xiao was still stubborn. He searched the entire room thoroughly. There's definitely a link between the big orange cat and the eerie woman. A new note appeared in the rule-based horror world. I am me, I am not me. Just now, a short-skirted female ghost appeared in the room. And the big orange cat mysteriously disappeared. Su Xiao suspected it was her doing. Maybe she beat up the big orange cat and transformed into a ghost to seduce him. But he quickly thought further. Could this woman be the mom mentioned in the notes? Just as he was about to interact with the female ghost, she vanished. This left Su Xiao puzzled. Appearing suddenly, and disappearing mysteriously, what exactly was her purpose? Viewers started playing Sherlock Holmes. They discussed the two women who had appeared. They were similar but not identical. Meanwhile, others spammed bullet comments. Hearing you talk is just hearing you talk. Meanwhile, in the bizarre world, other chosen players also encountered strange women. Arthur saw that the strange woman didn't harm his pets, so he guessed Rule 13 might be correct. He decided to test the rule. He stretched out his blackened hand in friendliness, saying his name was Arthur. What's your name, beautiful? Where do you live? Suddenly, the woman eerily giggled, and the next second she turned into a black mist and disappeared. Arthur was left stunned, but he now had a new note in his hand. The note said, I am me, I am not me. It could be a crucial clue to clear the stage, but he couldn't analyze it for now. Ivan from Wei Shang Nation and John from Dami Nation also received similar notes. Only Su Xiao, due to his rebellious behavior, got nothing. Su Xiao was still analyzing the situation when the woman first appeared. The big orange cat was nowhere to be seen. As soon as the eerie woman disappeared, the big orange cat reappeared, meaning the big orange cat was that woman. Su Xiao was glad he hadn't hugged it to sleep. Otherwise, waking up next to a female ghost at midnight would have been terrifying. That night, except for Su Xiao and John, the other chosen ones still hugged their cats to bed. At midnight, John's cat also showed eerie behavior in the living room. John frowned tightly but ignored it. Meanwhile, Su Xiao's big orange cat suddenly had a wise look in its eyes, looking more like an eerie child. The audience screamed in terror at its actions. Sharp-eyed viewers quickly noticed something. Someone shouted that the cat was standing up. That's terrifying. The timid ones begged the streamer to shut up, saying, don't make me get on my knees and beg you. The next moment, 8 billion viewers around the globe all screamed WTF. Except for a few poor foreigners who couldn't even say WTF. Someone then said, bro, you can keep watching. The woman is back. Pretty sexy too, long legs, not scary at all. But the woman looked even more eerie this time. As she appeared, creepy giggles filled the room. She was wearing size 35 sandals. Looking at where she was headed, Washa viewers were instantly horrified. She was heading straight to Su Xiao's door. But she suddenly stopped. She noticed the doll Su Xiao had slapped twice at the door. The global rule-based horror system updated. New rules. Cats will protect you, but they may also hurt you. If your cat behaves strangely, kill it immediately. Sometimes strange things appear at home. Try communicating with them, and you can completely trust them. When the miniskirt ghost meets the bloody doll, who will turn more terrifying? Later that night, an eerie figure came to Su Xiao's door. The female ghost suddenly grabbed the doorknob. Washa viewers started praying for Su Xiao, chanting spells. Evil spirits, go away. Evil spirits, go away. Fortunately, it was a false alarm. Su Xiao slept soundly like a log. He had welded his door shut. Sadly, Washa viewers didn't know the female ghost. The doorknob was instantly crushed. Clearly, the ghost was growing violent. She even broke the doorknob. Viewers held their breath. Suddenly, the female ghost angrily smashed the knob. They're already *TTING on your head. Aren't you going to fight back? Suddenly, eerie giggling filled the room again, making the atmosphere even creepier. Global livestream viewers were scared stiff. The eerie doll that played dead earlier suddenly took a hit. It wasn't friendly toward the woman, and leapt at her, suddenly launching into a 300% jump. The miniskirt ghost screamed. The two eerie beings clashed instantly. The livestream feed was then censored. Washa viewers discussed Su Xiao really predicted this? He had placed the doll at the door beforehand, letting weirdness fight weirdness. Did you notice? Su Xiao's moves seem random, but everything is actually filled with details. I completely admire this cunning old fox Su Xiao. Only she could think of using a doll to fight a ghost. Soon in the bizarre world, the livestream resumed. Su Xiao appeared on screen. As soon as she stepped out, Su Xiao was shocked by the scene. She guessed the weird woman had shown up again, and there had been a fierce battle. Judging from the aftermath, the fight was brutal. Su Xiao looked at the battered doll and laughed. Since you protected me last night, I'll sew your squashed body back together. But if it looks ugly, don't blame me. For this eerie doll, Su Xiao wasn't helping out of kindness. Since there were still days to survive, having a free night guard was quite handy. Soon, the doll was back to normal. Though it looked a bit off, it somehow still made sense. Su Xiao immediately went to check the bedroom doorknob. It had been completely hollowed out. Damn, last night the female ghost nearly succeeded. Almost ended up in her bed. Luckily only the doorknob was bent, and the lock core was intact. The door could still be locked. Su Xiao, being handy with tools, quickly repaired the doorknob. In the bizarre world, even though these things seemed quick, time had already jumped to the 12th year. Su Xiao couldn't understand it. Just sewing up a doll, fixing a lock. 4 hours had passed. She realized that today, time flowed much faster than the past 3 days. She recalled Rule 14, time will become chaotic, so she couldn't keep relying on clocks. Now she faced a big problem. She couldn't use clocks to track time. She couldn't rely on them. She might completely lose track of time. She had to keep her eyes on her shoes. Su Xiao realized that wall clocks could no longer be trusted, so she rebelliously chose to trust her alarm clock instead. John from America also noticed the clock issues, but he did the opposite of Su Xiao. He began doubting the wall clock's accuracy. Besides them, the other chosen ones didn't notice the clock issue. Ivan from the Bear Kingdom spent half a day lifting weights. Adela from the Sunset Kingdom and Pasha from Beatty also didn't notice any irregularities, so they passively chose to trust the wall clock, like Su Xiao. Bo Ri from East Island was already paralyzed, completely terrified by the bizarre world. At that moment, Su Xiao was watching TV, seeing a familiar girl dancing. Viewers discussed the girl's dance moves, saying it was a bit beyond normal aesthetics. And did you notice? Today the bizarre world was eerily quiet. Adela from Sunset Kingdom also sensed today's abnormal stillness. She analyzed that maybe the system was guiding them outside to find clues. Rule 15 seemed to say, you can go outside, but you must keep your eyes on your shoes. To increase her chances of survival, Adela decided to take the risk. She went out to search for clues, to improve her survival odds. The moment she opened the door, the whole house's temperature plummeted. A surge of eerie energy attacked. Black mist filled the house and swallowed Adela. The chosen one Adela from the Sunset Kingdom was devoured. The bizarre world is about to descend. Countdown. 20 seconds. The Sunset Kingdom's higher-ups panicked. They didn't want to die. If the bizarre world descends, more than half would vanish. It was now the 5th day. 8 a.m. Su Xiao opened her door again. The first thing she saw was the shattered doll. It had been smashed again. Su Xiao felt her scalp tingle. This woman was insane. Couldn't kill her, so she took it all out on the doll. Viewers watched Su Xiao patching up the doll again, saying how gentle she was, always worrying about her doll. But the next moment Su Xiao simply tossed it aside, saying it had made her suffer at night. Big Orange Cat had climbed out to beat her last night. Now Su Xiao ordered the doll to beat up Big Orange Cat in the bathroom to settle the score. Viewers immediately retracted their earlier gentle comment. She's a vengeful little rebel. Soon the sound of a fierce beating echoed from the bathroom. This time Big Orange Cat wailed miserably, clearly taking a heavy beating. Meanwhile, Su Xiao casually cooked some noodles. But the moment she brought it out, she froze. There was a mini-skirted woman waiting for her. The female ghost had crawled out of Big Orange Cat. 8 billion viewers' scalps tingled. Everyone broke out in goosebumps. It was obvious even Su Xiao was a bit nervous now. Yet Su Xiao's next move stunned everyone. She sat down right next to the female ghost with her bowl of noodles. Viewers were stunned. She was dancing on the edge of death. New hint in the horror world. If you don't kill your cat by noon, I'll come for you at night. At that moment, Pasha from Beatty looked at his cat and said. This time, he chose to trust Su Xiao. So sorry, little kitty. At this point, only Su Xiao, Pasha, and John chose to kill their cats. In the bizarre world, Su Xiao looked at the battered big orange cat, wondering why that eerie woman hadn't appeared yet. 8 billion viewers were stunned. Su Xiao was actually waiting for the miniskirted female ghost. Was he planning to have a deep conversation with her at night? Damn, that female ghost looked seriously dangerous. Meanwhile, in the Salted Vegetable Kingdom conference room, the higher-ups laughed at Su Xiao's stupidity. Trying to mess with an eerie cat? He was basically asking for death. The bizarre world had already reached noon. John knew that the clocks weren't accurate, but he had to kill the cat at precisely the right time. He analyzed that time had only sped up slightly, so even though the clock showed 12:01, it probably wasn't actually noon yet. If there were no other interferences, then it hadn't hit the exact noon mark. Thus, John swung his knife. While Big Orange Cat wasn't paying attention, he sent it to heaven with one cut, claiming his boxed lunch. Meanwhile, Beatty's higher-ups used up their last hint on Pasha, telling him to follow Su Xiao and kill the cat. At that moment, Su Xiao was puzzled. Maybe it was the doll that had seen the hint on the slip and took matters into its own hands by beating Big Orange Cat to death. Now it seemed the doll's danger level was no less than that of Big Orange Cat. On the 5th day of the bizarre world, things were getting more eerie toward the end. Everyone was extremely tense, not daring to slack off even a little. Only John from America and Su Xiao from China were relatively smooth in progress. Previously, Su Xiao had thrown Big Orange Cat into the bathroom, letting the doll beat it up. But soon a sharp cat scream rang out. Su Xiao rushed over and opened the bathroom door, only to find the doll had beaten Big Orange Cat to death. 8 billion viewers were stunned that the doll actually killed the cat. Really killed it right there in the bathroom. Su Xiao also couldn't understand. While he had been watching earlier, the doll had only beaten Big Orange up badly, without intent to kill. He looked at the slip of paper again. Kill the cat before noon. I'll come for you at night. Upon reading this message, Su Xiao felt a bit sorry for Big Orange. It was executed so quickly. At the time, Su Xiao analyzed. If this was part of the rules, he would have to rebel. But if it wasn't, rebelling would lose his talent protection. So he decided not to act rashly this time. Su Xiao thought that if the woman really wanted to kill him, it would be easy. There was no need to leave a hint. Thus, the message likely had another purpose. Su Xiao recalled and analyzed. During his previous encounter with the ghost woman, he had rebelliously eaten a pancake in front of her. After he finished eating, the woman mysteriously disappeared, and at the same spot, a new slip appeared. Su Xiao immediately picked it up. The eerie woman's new message. Big Orange Cat is dead. The mother's message revealed. The eerie woman inside the cat was actually the mother, seeking her child. She willingly became eerie. Upon hearing this, the doll actually shed 2 human-like tears. At 10 p.m. in the bizarre world, the dead Big Orange Cat began to emit a bloody red mist eerily. A sharp claw tore through the cat's body. The eerie woman emerged from inside Big Orange Cat, even more eerie than before. Chinese viewers shouted, "Bad news," telling Su Xiao to run. Something was wrong. Su Xiao felt sick witnessing this. He regretted not waiting longer before coming out. Suddenly, Su Xiao and the eerie woman locked eyes, and she surprisingly said thank you to him. 8 billion global viewers were left completely baffled. Even Su Xiao wore a confused expression as he asked, "Why did you thank me?" The woman explained. The rules written on the slips were left by her. She had already become part of the eerie world, and she willingly became an eerie to stay here, just to wait for her child. Even though she might never see them again, she was still grateful to Su Xiao. From Su Xiao, she sensed her child's presence. Maybe her child, like Su Xiao, was living happily in the outside world. Although she wished to see her child once more, she didn't want it to be in this way. She thanked Su Xiao for helping her break free from the Erie's control. Now it was time for her to leave. Su Xiao quietly watched as the woman faded away before him. He sighed softly, and looked at the doll in his hand. Maybe he should have guessed earlier. This doll was the woman's child. No wonder it would rather have its arms and legs torn off than hurt her, and now he finally understood why the doll didn't act during the day. Because during the day, the cat was truly her. At night, she would be controlled by the Erie. Su Xiao gently stroked the doll's forehead. If you want to cry, just cry. No matter where your mother has gone. I'm sure it's a kind of release for her. The doll could no longer hold back its tears. Chosen one Su Xiao. Congratulations on perfectly clearing the mother's note. Clearance rating. 5 stars. Clearance rewards. Doll, Erie resistance plus 1%. Current Erie resistance, 1%. Doll introduction. A part of the Erie world. At crucial moments, it will protect your safety. Erie resistance explanation. When your resistance reaches 100%, you will be completely immune to eeriness. Su Xiao was stunned. He had cleared it? Wasn't it supposed to be 7 days to clear the level? Was that rule also wrong? Damn, they'd been misled all along. No wonder the fridge only had 5 days of food. Such attention to detail. Suddenly, Su Xiao's arm felt a sharp pain. A tattoo appeared. He almost forgot. If a chosen one clears the level, they get to keep their earned talent. This was insane. Su Xiao absolutely loved this talent. Thinking about continuing to dominate the rules world, he couldn't help but let out a goofy laugh. Congratulations to Longguo's Su Xiao for clearing the trial. Longguo is exempt from this cycle of the Erie Tales. Su Xiao achieved a 5-star clearance and received a special reward. All citizens of Longguo gained 10 extra years of life. The entire Longguo celebrated. Some who had brain clots for 10 years suddenly recovered in excitement. A boy paralyzed for 50 years stood up again. The streets were filled with cheers. This time they finally won one. Now it was other unlucky countries' turn. Meanwhile, US higher-ups said, John still has a chance. Maybe he'll clear it soon. Someone cursed, what's the use? Longguo already stole the spotlight. We've lost our prestige. Now we're trailing behind Longguo. Other countries are bound to defect to Longguo. At this moment, the East Island country leader cursed. Baka. John from the US could only shout across the void, complaining about Sandcat's choices. Not even bothering to warn Nichikawa steel plate. In the bizarre world, Su Xiao received a system prompt, teleporting back to reality in 5 seconds. Chosen ones who clear the level must participate in the next challenge after 3 days. This will continue until the chosen one's death. We look forward to your return. In the bizarre world, Su Xiao faced a new instance. The next challenge. The train heading far away. Just after Su Xiao cleared the level, 3 previously paralyzed 50-year-old boys came to welcome him. Meanwhile, Pasha from the Iron Country, trusting Su Xiao's style, also cleared and left the bizarre world successfully. Left in the Mother's Note world were John, Arthur, Ivanov, and Nichikawa steel plate. And an eerie woman stood creepily in front of them. John asked confusedly, I killed the cat like you said, didn't I? Why haven't we cleared yet? The eerie woman smiled faintly, then suddenly punched John. Terrified, John asked, why didn't killing the cat clear the level? The woman laughed, you did the right thing. Just not at the right time. You were too late. You doubted the time yet kept checking the clock. Didn't you notice last night was the longest night of all? John finally understood. Time had returned to normal. The time rule was wrong. It was meant to mislead them. Meanwhile, the other 3 also saw the woman crawl out from the cat's body. The eerie woman rushed at them, laughing, too bad, time's up. You failed your tasks. John from the US, Arthur from the UK, Ivanov from the Bear Country, and Nichikawa steel plate from East Island were devoured by the eerie. The bizarre world was about to descend. U.S. High Command erupted in anger. John, you useless trash. He actually failed to clear. A leader ordered to immediately send the Mother's Note information into citizens' brains via chips to help them resist when the bizarre rules invaded. Although East Island also failed, they weren't worried. They had already bought chips from the U.S. They thought it would be fine. But the next moment, they panicked. The descending rules weren't from the mother's note. They were doomed. 3 days later, Su Xiao re-entered the bizarre world. Longguo rewarded her with 5 supercars, 3 villas and 9 blind date partners. She hadn't even tried them out before being sent in again. Welcome back to the bizarre world, Su Xiao of Longguo. This challenges bizarre tale. The train heading far away. Su Xiao looked up and found herself in carriage 6. The train's destination, Blood Axe Cemetery. This time, you must act as a crew member. Before acting as a crew member, please wear your uniform properly. Remember your carriage number carefully. And read the crew handbook thoroughly. Your duty is to ensure your carriage safely reaches the destination. Estimated time to arrival, 3 days. Crew handbook. Find the crew handbook quickly. Bizarre protocol. There will be strange passengers on board. No matter what kind of passengers they are, your job is to serve them well. Handbook. If passengers urinate or smoke in the carriage, please ignore it completely. Su Xiao soon found a briefcase in a corner. Inside were some clothes and documents. Su Xiao quickly put them on, because she had to act as the train's crew member. She then read the crew handbook. There will be strange passengers on the train. No matter what kind they are, your job is to serve them well. Handbook. Rule 1. When passengers cause trouble, you must endure it silently. Handbook. Rule 2. If passengers urinate or smoke on board, please ignore them. Handbook. Rule 3. It's common for items to be lost in the carriage. If passengers ask you to find lost items, you may refuse, but if a child is missing, you must help find them. Handbook. Rule 4. Do not stop children from running around. They're just kids. After all, they're only children. Handbook. Rule 5. Food will be provided in the carriage, but never take food from between carriages. Handbook. Rule 6. Other crew members might visit you. If they offer you stew, accept it. Handbook. Rule 7. There's only 1 crew member per carriage, and no stew is sold on board. Handbook. Rule 8. Crew members must not leave their own carriage, and at 8 p.m., all lights must be turned off. Handbook. The crew handbook must never be seen by passengers. If a passenger accidentally sees it, immediately kill the passenger. Rule. After midnight, no matter what sounds you hear in the carriage, do not respond. Su Xiao noticed the last page was torn off, which meant the crew rules had more than 10 entries. He guessed the missing page might be hidden somewhere in the carriage. Taking advantage before passengers boarded, he began searching frantically. 7 billion viewers watched as Su Xiao frantically searched for something. People discussed heatedly, noting that selected ones from East Island in the US almost peed themselves. Yet Su Xiao still couldn't find the missing rules. However, from all the commotion, he gained a basic understanding of the carriage layout. The doors connecting to adjacent carriages were locked. He didn't know if it was the same for other carriages. Su Xiao sat down, reaching into his chest to feel around. Chinese viewers noticed. This seemed like the doll from the mother's note. Maybe it was Su Xiao's reward for clearing the level. Su Xiao noticed the doll was eerily staring at the pillow nearby. So he began searching the pillow. Sure enough, he found something important. Rule 11. Virtue of sharing is a tradition. If a passenger wants to swap pillows, give them the more comfortable one. Rule 12. No matter what happens, the carriage windows must never be opened. Rule 13. There should be no insects in the carriage. If you see one, immediately leave its line of sight. Rule 14. If someone gets injured or falls ill, you must find a way to help. Rule 15. The connections between carriages will open during meal distribution. Other passengers might sneak into your carriage. If you spot someone not from your carriage, other than meal times, there may be hawkers selling beer, seeds, or drinks. If someone offers you these, please refuse. Rule 17. Midnight to 6 a.m. is a dangerous period. If someone approaches you during this time, ignore them. Su Xiao realized the doll was a powerful asset. It was time for passengers to board. Noises erupted outside the carriage. Passengers soon boarded with bags and packages. 2 people immediately asked for a light. Suddenly, a man came over to stop them. It was Su Xiao, telling them to put out the incense. 7 billion viewers were stunned. Su Xiao was at it again. Rule 2 said to ignore smoking passengers. Yet Su Xiao immediately broke the rule. Seeing they weren't smoking cigarettes, Su Xiao snatched it away. The two men were furious. Drinking time. What? Smoking flower incense gets you looked down on? Su Xiao knocked on the table and pointed out the real issue. Incense is forbidden here. One man calmed down and said, "Relax, it's just a steward. Later we'll smoke in the restroom." This pissed Su Xiao off. He wasn't going to back down. Immediately, he lifted one of them up. The man suddenly turned eerie. The Asiba Nation viewers burst out laughing. Acting tough and getting wrecked, huh? But Su Xiao stayed calm. He slowly pulled something from his pants, holding the doll, daring the man to try anything. The eerie man was scared stiff. The doll taught him what true horror meant. He was just a minor character. Chinese viewers laughed out loud. Only magic can beat magic. Meanwhile, Asiba viewers couldn't laugh anymore. Su Xiao warned the two men to behave. "Don't think I'm easy to mess with." Then he shouted at a woman. "Lady, if you let your kid pee here, I'll make you clean it up with your mouth." The kid instantly froze in fear. The old lady cursed Su Xiao's bad temper. Chinese viewers praised Su Xiao. He knows how to strike first. Walk others' path, leaving no road behind. Meanwhile, Nichikawa Arrow from East Island also told passengers not to light incense, only to get a brutal life lesson. He was harshly beaten by society, tasting the cruelty firsthand. After the beating, he even rewarded Little Nippon with a mouthful of 1982 vintage pickle juice. The Chinese audience completely lost it. Little Nippon got beaten to tears on the first day. Rules 9 and 11 emphasize respect for elders and love for the young as traditional virtues. If a passenger wants to swap pillows, give them the more comfortable pillow. So how would the rebellious Su Xiao handle it? Meanwhile, Nicola from Bear Nation drew an S-rank talent, leader, meaning he had absolute authority, and could command passenger obedience. The troublemakers were scolded mercilessly by Nicola. 7 billion viewers cheered that Bear Nation got a god-tier start. No one knew what Su Xiao's talent was yet. Probably only the Chinese government knew. This rule scenario felt odd. Normally selected talents were announced publicly. But this time, the government kept it secret. A strange train scenario reached 7 a.m. Su Xiao was patrolling his carriage, when suddenly the connecting door opened. A voice called out, "Sixth carriage attendant, your breakfast is here." Looking at the breakfast cart being pushed in, he immediately glanced toward the connecting door. All he saw was a thick fog. He thought his carriage connected with other chosen ones' carriages. Su Xiao guessed that maybe each carriage was isolated. Just as Rule 8 stated, attendants must not leave their carriage. Thinking it over, Su Xiao realized he was starving. He immediately dug in. Viewers gave him thumbs up. Still the same rebellious Su Xiao. Rule 5 said not to eat food from the connecting area. Su Xiao simply ignored it. Suddenly, a shadow approached. "Young attendant," an old man said. Su Xiao paused mid-bite. Waiting silently, the old man continued, "My pillow's too hard. I'm 98 years old. I can't sleep on it. Can you swap pillows with me?" Su Xiao thought, finally. Rule 11 looked harmless at first glance, but it came from the final page of the crew rules. He knew the pillow was significant. Swapping it could mean disaster. If he hadn't known better, he might have agreed. Su Xiao smiled. "Of course. Problem is, I won't swap." The old man's face darkened. He cursed while walking away, grumbling loudly, "You brat, something wrong with you? Messing with an old man, no shame, no virtue, no conscience. Completely heartless." Su Xiao watched him go, smirking to himself. That pillow definitely hid something evil. Meanwhile, Nicola with his S-rank leader talent, rudely drove an old man away. In the horror world, most contestants refused the pillow swap. Only 3 small nations players agreed. In Zhanpo Nation, their contestant had swapped pillows. The Zhanpo Nation leaders exploded. "That idiot, what's wrong with his brain? 90% brain damage? The stupidity is unbelievable. I can't carry this idiot anymore. I'm exhausted." Someone suggested, "Calm down, quickly send a hint." They urgently sent a warning. "The pillow is important, swap it back." Meanwhile, Su Xiao finished his meal, quietly awaiting developments. Suddenly, someone yelled in the carriage. "My stuff is missing. Damn thief. It's gone. My valuables." Su Xiao immediately remembered. Rule 3. Items getting lost is normal. If passengers ask for help finding lost items, you can refuse. However, if a child is lost, you must assist. Rule 13. There should be no insects in the carriage. If you see an insect, you must immediately avoid its sight. Please quickly leave its line of sight. Just then, an older lady in the carriage claimed her pickled mustard noodles were stolen. A few young people asked if she was crazy. That kind of stuff only half-dead people would eat. Who would steal it? Su Xiao recalled Rule 3. Losing things is normal. You can refuse passengers' help requests. Unless a child goes missing. Then you must assist. He then looked at the slim young woman. Su Xiao said, "Ma'am, don't worry, it's just instant noodles. I'll find them for you." The older lady said it wasn't necessary. It was just a tub of old pickled noodles. Not worth much. But Su Xiao insisted, saying that if a beauty lost something, even if it were just underwear, he would find it for her. After all, instant noodles are property too. The whole carriage cracked up, suddenly believing in love again. Just then a panicked shout arose. A large woman yelled, "Attendant, my child is missing. Help me find him." Hearing that, a 200-pound young woman said, losing a child was serious, and comforted the woman, saying the attendant was kind and helpful. Surely he would help. But Su Xiao shocked everyone, saying bluntly, "Get lost." The Chinese audience was stunned. WTF? Su Xiao's 37-degree mouth actually said words colder than -5 degrees. The slim woman told Su Xiao not to mess around. Helping a missing child was more important than flirting. The large woman thought Su Xiao refused, because he still held a grudge about her child trying to poop in the carriage. She cursed him loudly. "Fine, don't help. What, you think my kid went to eat shit?" Su Xiao ignored her entirely, and reassured the slim lady. He would find her noodles no matter what. Time passed, 7:20 a.m. Su Xiao searched everywhere, but found nothing. There was only one place left, the restroom. He slowly approached the restroom door. Su Xiao didn't rush in. First, he mentally reviewed the rules. Seeing no danger mentioned, he yanked the door open. Inside was a bratty kid, eating breakfast from the toilet. Su Xiao was startled. 3-year-olds show their nature, he thought. The kid giggled. "Uncle, are you here for breakfast too?" Su Xiao nearly threw up. His dinner almost came back up. "Eat your grandpa's ass," he cursed. But then he noticed something worse. A brown dog walking out beside the boy. The dog had red glowing night vision eyes, staring eerily at him. Just one look sent chills through Su Xiao. Something was wrong with that dog. Faced with a brat eating poop and a creepy dog, what should he do? Su Xiao told the brat to piss off, then glared at the dog, and was horrified. The dog's eyes were terrifying. He remembered Rule 13. If you see an animal, avoid its sight immediately. Knowing only rebellion beats the horror. Su Xiao pulled out his creepy doll to counter the dog. Just then, the old lady arrived at the restroom, shouting at the brat, "I told you not to eat snacks in the toilet. Look at you eating fresh hot poop again." The kid grinned at Su Xiao with chocolate-covered lips. Su Xiao was utterly nauseated. Eating poop. He really couldn't match this kid. But then he realized, he had gotten distracted. The creepy dog had disappeared. Only the stink and chocolate remained. Su Xiao could only hand the old pickled noodles back to the lady, telling her the brat had mixed it with toilet goodies. Such a vivid description made the 300-pound slim lady faint. Chinese viewers laughed themselves silly. No one could understand Su Xiao's operation, but his way of grossing people out had leveled up. Look, he even made the lady puke. Meanwhile, other countries also encountered missing noodles and kids. Most ignored the lost noodles, and prioritized searching for the bratty kid. When they saw the tidy in the restroom, most quickly left without hesitation. Of course, there were also some who hadn't found the final pet rule page, and didn't know about Tidy's danger. As a result, the tidy turned sinister as expected. and instantly infected and devoured the selected ones. Candidates from the Lipu Nation, Warrior Nation, and Myanmar, 5 nations, were devoured by the anomaly. The paranormal world was about to descend. Lipu Nation's leaders were completely dumbfounded. They had just escaped the mom's note incident, and now got screwed by pig teammates. Their leaders immediately sought to negotiate with Dragon Country, offering 5 million tons of grain in exchange for the latest rule chips. Laughter filled the Dragon Country meeting room. These little countries used to rely on the US for backing. But now they came begging us for help. Dragon Country had faced 5 paranormal incursions. Food indeed became a pressing need. They replied that Dragon Country agreed, but the chips would only be delivered a week later. Meanwhile, in the paranormal world, Su Xiao was snoring peacefully, while others fought for survival. He was vacationing. Half an hour later, noisy commotion sounded at the door. Su Xiao woke up groggily. The noise sounded familiar. It was that bratty kid again. It reminded him of Rule 4. You must not stop a kid from running around in the carriage. After all, they're just kids. Su Xiao opened the carriage door. Let me see which brat is barking in my carriage. The big woman immediately protested. What's wrong with you, attendant? An adult arguing with a kid? He's just a child. He doesn't know better. Just let him be happy. Su Xiao got pissed. No wonder. The world had so many bratty kids now. It was the fault of the bratty parents. Since reasoning didn't work, Su Xiao decided action would. The old lady laughed mockingly. What you gonna do, young man? This is a civilized society. She kept mocking him. What, you gonna hit me? This is a lawful society. You can't do anything. Before she could finish, Su Xiao's left hand had already slapped her hard. With a crisp sound, the slap echoed through the carriage. The old lady was slapped several meters away. Her expression instantly changed. Demon, this kid fights dirty. Then she mustered her seat-snatching strength, ready to fight Su Xiao. But next, she got solidly kicked again. This time, Su Xiao held nothing back. 7 billion viewers cursed. Even if the rules say to tolerate brats, they deserve punishment. Su Xiao was right. Disciplining the kid was secondary. The real culprit was the bratty parent. The brat stared at Su Xiao swinging his hand and was terrified. Suddenly, Su Xiao felt a chill on his back. The big woman had turned into an anomaly behind him. Su Xiao laughed coldly. Too bad for her. He told the doll, don't kill her, but beat her half to death. The doll, having spent too much time with Su Xiao, was just as savage. Grinning at the anomaly, the livestream screen got censored again. Viewers discussed. The paranormal world's methods would never be fully revealed. If humans understood everything, the paranormal incursions would end. Meanwhile, Japan's Ichiro tried reasoning with the brat and the big mom. But the big woman, seeing he was soft, gave him a creepy smile. This made the Dragon Country audience laugh hard. Goodness, Su Xiao went straight up and slapped twice. Meanwhile, the Japanese kid just knelt down. Truly, begging on their knees is their honored tradition. Su Xiao's livestream resumed again. What entered view was the big woman, beaten black and blue. The bratty kid was now trembling in fear, saying he would never dare again. Rebellious Su Xiao obviously accepted the kid's apology. He said, since you are sincerely sorry, I'll spare you. The brat immediately cheered, thanking Big Brother. But then Su Xiao added, you're too early to be happy. You still haven't received your 2 slaps reward. Someone instantly commented during the live stream. Savage. These 2 slaps are too traumatic for a kid. Someone else replied, Su Xiao has already shown mercy, okay? If it were me, I'd drag the brat into a toilet for a good scrubbing. At that moment, a vendor suddenly appeared in the carriage. Come, beer, seeds, peanuts, instant noodles, bottled water for sale. He asked Su Xiao if he wanted some. Internal staff eat for free. Su Xiao instantly remembered. Rule 16. Outside mealtime. Vendors might appear selling beer, seeds, and drinks. If someone recommends them, you must refuse. Also, no attendant may leave their own carriage. And by 8 p.m., all lights in the carriage must be turned off. Rule states, after midnight, no matter what noise you hear, do not respond. When the vendor appeared, saying internal staff could eat for free, rebellious Su Xiao couldn't resist free lunch. He had to take something. Su Xiao casually picked a few snacks and seeds. Then he noticed the big woman suddenly got up and left the carriage. Apparently, she could exit through the connecting door. It was unclear if others could do the same. Su Xiao stared at the free snacks in his hand. Without a second thought, he threw them to the ground. Not even a dog would eat this junk. Anyone who wants it can have it. The British candidates, knowing the snacks were free, gladly accepted. They picked a few they liked. But they weren't fools. The more normal something seemed, the more suspicious it was. They didn't eat immediately. Instead, they stored them, in case food ran out later. Night arrived. All selected ones were busy organizing and analyzing the correctness of the attendant rules. The Sunset Nation had analyzed Rules 1, 3, and 13, and basically confirmed that they were correct. As for Rules 2, 4, and 11, they were basically judged to be wrong. At 10 p.m., the lights turned off automatically. Su Xiao also agreed that early to bed, early to rise was healthy. But that teddy dog during the day left a deep impression. Just like when he first saw the puppet. And from the look of it now, its appearance had no pattern. Could it appear randomly? Su Xiao couldn't figure it out for now. So he could only wait and see. At midnight, the carriage became eerie. Snacks that Su Xiao had left on the floor were being opened and eaten. Su Xiao was startled. He couldn't tell what it was across from him. Even the puppet floated up, alert and vigilant. That mass of black mist sensed someone was watching. When Su Xiao saw it clearly, he was genuinely frightened. Good lord, that thing suddenly launched itself. Like an evil dog pouncing to take down the puppet. But it underestimated the puppet who could solo fight on Wudang Mountain. Watching the two fight, Su Xiao got a headache. What was he supposed to do if he joined the fray? Man versus dog battle? Rule 6. Rule 7. Two major eerie rules appeared. How would Su Xiao deal with it? Just at midnight, the puppet had gotten up to fight the anomaly to protect Su Xiao. The fight between the puppet and the black shadow got farther away. Su Xiao wasn't sure if the puppet could win. That shadow seemed very strong. From the sounds alone, the battle was intense. It had entered a white-hot stage. Soon after, the puppet floated back, looking sad. Clearly, he hadn't won the fight. Su Xiao comforted the puppet, saying it's okay. We didn't win, but we also didn't lose. Next time, we'll fight him together. But Su Xiao recalled, that black shadow looked oddly familiar. He must have seen it somewhere. Meanwhile, the Sunset Nation's chosen one was unaware that danger was near. In his sleep, he was suddenly startled awake by noises. Terrified, he saw a dirty creature smiling at him. Next moment, the carriage was engulfed by eerie consumption. The Sunset Nation's chosen one was infected. For a moment, Yu Nation, Hua Nation, and the Sunset Nation, their chosen ones were all consumed by anomalies. The specter world was about to descend. The countdown started. The viewers discussed. The Sunset Nation officials must be crying in the toilets. The last anomaly wasn't over yet. And here comes another one. Double the trouble. Did you notice? This time, the attacked ones were all the chosen ones who took snacks during the day. Meaning, the snack seller was the anomaly. No, by my judgment, it was the snacks that doomed them. The black shadow was attracted by the snacks they took. The next morning arrived. Su Xiao began inspecting the crime scene. Seeing the shredded orange mist rulebook. Was the anomaly really just here for the snacks? If that's the case, then he'd have to ask the snack cart lady for a lot more snacks today. Viewers saw Su Xiao's mysterious smile. They knew this guy was up to something tonight. Now the scene shifted to Pu Wooly from Shiba Nation. He was frantically searching the orange mist rulebook. Rule 9 said, passengers must never see it. If seen, they must be killed. Unable to find it, Pu Wooly panicked hard. Viewers discussed. Rule 9 might not even be correct. Is there really a need to be so scared? Some people also analyzed. If a passenger took it, they would have leverage over the chosen one. It would be impossible to guard against such sabotage. Breakfast time arrived. Su Xiao went to wait at the carriage junction. With a clank, the carriage door opened. Su Xiao had been satisfied with yesterday's breakfast. so he looked forward to today's. When the carriage opened, someone sharp-eyed immediately recognized. Wasn't this the chosen one from the Sunset Nation? Who just got devoured by an anomaly? He spoke up. Brother, I'm the orange mist of carriage 07. Seeing an orange mist from another carriage, Su Xiao immediately recalled. Rule 6. Sometimes orange mist from other carriages will visit. They will offer you stewed dishes. Rule 7. There is only one orange mist per carriage, and no stew is sold in the carriage. He asked Su Xiao if he wanted some stew, saying it was their carriage's specialty. Super delicious. Why not give it a try? Su Xiao looked at the huge bowl of worms in his hand. The guy really wanted him to eat it? But with his rebellious nature, he wasn't afraid at all. Might as well have some fun. Rule 7. Only one orange mist per carriage, and no stew for sale. Yet this orange mist from the neighboring carriage came offering stew to Su Xiao. Su Xiao, fully rebellious, was determined to enjoy this free breakfast. He thanked the guy, and said he would eat it after breakfast. The Sunset Nation's chosen one urged him. It won't taste good once cold. Try a bite first. Su Xiao insisted on saving the best for last. This made the carriage fall silent. The Sunset Nation's chosen one began acting more eerie, mumbling, "Why won't you eat?" Next, he even did a 180-degree Thomas spin. Viewers in the live stream let out shrill screams. Su Xiao looked at the twisted head and laughed. "What's wrong, bro? Not going to act anymore? Since you confessed, I won't pretend either." Su Xiao told him he'd just been playing along. That stuff? Not even a dog would eat it. Upon hearing this, the man dropped the act. He fully turned eerie. The carriage temperature plummeted instantly. Dark mist rose all around. The eerie orange mist exhaled thick smoke. The livestream feed was cut off again. Yet the Dragon Nation's authorities weren't worried at all. They had just been about to send Su Xiao a hint. But Su Xiao had already figured it out himself. Soon, a mechanical voice echoed worldwide. Chosen ones from Paris Nation and 4 others have been devoured by anomalies. The Spectre world is about to descend. The world was shocked at the news. The elimination rate was insanely fast. Shortly after, Su Xiao's screen returned. Thick smoke was everywhere. Su Xiao was holding the puppet. The puppet was smiling, in stark contrast to when it fought the teddy bear. Long live Su Xiao from the Dragon Nation. I eat for the puppet. I go crazy for the puppet. I smash walls for the puppet. Some advised. Bro, calm down, don't go crazy. Yet Su Xiao noticed a problem. That moment when the pet park anomaly disappeared, it seemed only he saw it. Su Xiao analyzed that anomalies had no fixed form. They could be puppets, pets, spirits, or black mist. As long as the source of anomalies could be figured out, the Spectre World crisis could be solved. Dinner time came quickly. Su Xiao even proactively asked the snack lady for an entire cartload of snacks. Waiting for the nightfall, Su Xiao initially gained the recognition of the eerie General Black Teddy. Continue feeding him to possibly master the will of the simp dog. On the second night of the Spectre World, as Su Xiao slacked off in the carriage, someone came to ask for help, saying someone had fallen ill. Su Xiao only smiled silently. This made the young man angrily demand, "People are dying in the pet park, are you helping or not?" Su Xiao said he was a model youth. Doing good deeds had always been his hobby. Except just now, he ran off to poop. The young man said he could help support Su Xiao over. But Su Xiao immediately stopped him. "This leg is an old problem. I had polio since childhood. Better not move it recklessly, or I might be paralyzed." This made the young man furious. "You're messing with me, aren't you? If you don't want to go, just say so. At least make up a better excuse." He turned around and stormed off, looking for someone else to help. Su Xiao, with his rebellious instincts, had seen through it all. No way was he getting tricked. The way to handle such rules: verbally agree but stay completely still. Rebel against 2 rules at once, and get protected by his talent. Meanwhile, other chosen ones faced similar setups. In Asiba Nation's Pu Wuli's carriage, a girl rushed over, shouting, "Old Wong next door is dying." Pu Wuli was startled. Someone had come asking for help. He recalled rules 14 and 17. But the two rules seemed to contradict each other. He didn't know which rule to follow. The girl kept urging him. Go quickly or it'll be 2 lives lost. Pooh Wooly said he needed to think. The girl cursed. What kind of attendant are you? So heartless. You're just going to let someone die? Pooh Wooly blurted out. I'm not going. Stop pushing me. In an instant, the girl transformed, revealing her eerie nature. With a sinister smile, she said, I was waiting for you to say that. You've broken the attendance code. Now you'll stay here forever. And become part of the anomaly. The livestream screen was immediately blocked. Viewers laughed. Pooh Wooly had lost his code, and passengers used it to set him up. At midnight, Su Xiao was already lying in bed. Suddenly, chewing noises echoed in his ears. He sprang up at once. Tonight, he planned to see what kind of creature it was. He pulled out a flashlight. When the light hit, viewers immediately started buzzing. Isn't that the teddy dog eating crap in the toilet? The system voice suddenly sounded. Chosen one. Congratulations on gaining preliminary recognition from General Black. Continue feeding to raise loyalty. High loyalty may grant General Black's allegiance. However, once loyal, General Black cannot leave the carriage or train. Su Xiao smiled. Continue feeding. Soon he could have a teddy as his simp dog. Looks like he'd need to stockpile more snacks. After all, once you eat his stuff, you're his dog. New rules in the Spectre world. Chosen ones. Your carriage numbers have changed. You now have 2 choices. Stay put, or cross the mist at the junction to return to your original carriage. Just as Su Xiao was about to officially make General Black his simp dog, he shouted inside the carriage. You are surrounded. Hand over all your snacks within 3 minutes. Or prepare for a beating. The 2 guys who had been smoking earlier jumped up from bed in shock. Damn. Move your ass. Hurry up and hand over the snacks. This guy's no joke. If he starts beating, everyone gets a few slaps. Su Xiao smiled widely, feeding all the surrendered snacks to General Black. General Black's eyes gleamed. Half an hour later, a bed full of snacks was devoured. The dog was fully satisfied. At that moment, the system voice sounded again. Chosen one. Congratulations on gaining full recognition from General Black. General Black now sees you as a trustworthy person. Thus, he decided to temporarily follow you. Viewers in the livestream cheered. Good heavens. Su Xiao just scored big. An unruly dog, paired with a rebellious man. Even ghosts would get smacked twice upon arrival. Soon it was the 3rd morning. As soon as Su Xiao woke up, he found General Black spinning in circles with love energy, and barking intently at the carriage door. This made Su Xiao suspicious. The next second, he was startled. Wasn't he supposed to be in carriage 6? Why did it suddenly say carriage 8? Su Xiao recalled when he entered the instance. The announcement repeatedly stressed, before acting as an attendant, please wear your uniform properly, and be sure to remember your carriage number. Suddenly, a system voice echoed. Chosen ones, your carriage numbers have changed. You now have 2 options. Stay put, or pass through the mist at the junction, to return to your original carriage. Seeing the options, Su Xiao hesitated. The choice was crucial. Choosing wrong would surely get him devoured by anomalies. Staying put seemed safer for now. Meanwhile, in Grizzly Nation, Nikolai activated his leader talent, forcing the carriage occupants to confess the correct choice. The man replied grimly, return through the mist, option 2. Hearing the answer, Nikolai left smugly. Chinese viewers watching the livestream urged the authorities to warn Su Xiao. Option 2 is correct. The Rules Horror Train entered its final chapter. Su Xiao once again passed the level rebelliously with 5 stars. At that moment, Su Xiao pondered. The hint wouldn't emphasize the carriage number for no reason. Thus, option 2 must be right. Also, the snack trolley auntie had left through the carriage junction too. Thus, the mist was likely just a visual trick. Hearing Su Xiao's calm analysis, someone shouted in chat, why isn't he a citizen of our great USA? As Su Xiao headed into the eerie mist, General Black followed right behind. Meanwhile, in Soccer Nation, Jeeves also used his guide talent, and made the correct choice. Seeing Su Xiao's move, Bashar Nation's leadership immediately sent instructions, telling their candidate to copy Su Xiao's choice. Many countries quickly made decisions. But Ichiro from East Island Nation, timid by nature, didn't dare cross the mist. He chose to hide in the corner, crying. Some small nations were too busy dealing with the previous rule descents, and couldn't send timely tips, causing their chosen ones to pick wrong. At that moment, a system voice sounded. Choice time is over. All chosen ones who crossed the mist survived. All who stayed put were executed. Chosen ones from East Island Nation and 5 other countries were devoured. The Spectre world is about to descend. Countdown. 10 seconds. Meanwhile, Su Xiao had crossed the mist back to Carriage 6. Even though he returned, he didn't forget Rule 15's danger. Rule 15 stated, the junction opens during every meal delivery. At that time, unauthorized passengers might sneak in. If a passenger doesn't belong to this carriage, they must be expelled. Su Xiao analyzed. If his guess was right, someone definitely snuck in when he returned. Now there were about 40 people in the carriage. It would be difficult to identify the imposter. Meanwhile, China's leadership was brainstorming for Su Xiao. Someone proposed. Couldn't they have passengers in each compartment verify each other to identify the intruder? The proposal quickly passed, but failed to send. System message. No hints can be sent at this stage. The chosen ones must complete this independently. This left China's authorities feeling powerless. Su Xiao could only rely on himself. This final challenge had to be cleared. In the world of specters, Su Xiao noticed that General Black's gaze had changed, and he even let out a meaningful shiver. Speaking purely on anomalies, other anomalies were no match for General Black. Next, Su Xiao asked General Black to sniff everyone carefully. General Black was smart, sniffing one by one, until he reached the third person. General Black's gaze turned strange. Then he barked furiously at the boy. He lunged like a starving dog for food, and bit off what appeared to be the boy's claw. The intruder fled in terror. Level cleared. Chosen one. Thank you for your contribution to Carriage 06. In Carriage 06, you reformed abusive parents, and corrected the incorrigible brat. You gained General Black's loyalty. Chosen one. Congratulations on perfect clearing of train to the unknown with an excellent rating. New clear reward. General Black, +1 anomaly resistance. Current anomaly resistance, 2%. General Black description. He has been waiting here for a master to take him away. He is loyal, but also has a huge appetite. If one day you wake up and General Black is gone, don't panic. He's just hungry. Su Xiao smiled. He never expected to be rewarded with General Black. Facing the next Spectre game, he had no fear. Bringing both the doll and General Black in would be total carnage. Su Xiao once again entered a new instance. The Haunted Zoo. The new rules were even stranger. For example, Rule 10. Always silently chant, I am human, not an animal. 3 days after resting in China, Su Xiao re-entered the Spectre world. This time, the setting was a zoo. Suddenly, a staff member approached. Hello, visitor. Handing Su Xiao a map. Su Xiao examined it carefully. It showed the zoo's layout. The staff reminded him to carry it at all times. To avoid getting lost, there were 9 zones on the map. Lion Zone, Tiger Zone, Elephant Zone, Zebra Zone, Panda Zone, Rabbit Zone, Goat Zone, Giraffe Zone, Monkey Zone. The zoo rules were printed on the back. Rule 1. Please visit the zoo in a civilized manner. Do not feed, provoke, or engage in dangerous behavior. Rule 2. If you see pink rabbits or blue elephants, do not be alarmed. When animals stare at you, always face them directly. Otherwise, they will immediately attack. Rule 3. If you see staff chasing animals, please help. They will be grateful. Rule 4. The map is inaccurate. Do not trust it blindly. Rule 5. If you get lost inside the zoo, stay calm. You may rest on the benches. But if it's nighttime, beware of wandering animals. Rule 6. If you're hungry, you may get free food from vending machines. Friendly reminder. If you don't want to vomit, try to choose goat meat. If you seek help from zoo staff, those in blue or red uniforms, We'll be happy to assist you. But if it's a black uniform, please escape immediately. Rule 8. The aquarium is a safe zone. Rule 9. There is no aquarium inside the zoo. Rule 10. Always repeat silently in your mind, I am human, not an animal. These rules made the viewers watching the live stream feel a chill down their spines, realizing that this challenge wouldn't be easy. As Su Xiao carefully read Rule 10, the zoo's entrance had already vanished, which meant from now on, it was either clearing the level or death. With the gate gone, the zoo also began to liven up. Su Xiao noticed that the tourists seemed a little off. The next second, he immediately summoned Black General. If any ghosts dared approach, Black General would surely detect them. Meanwhile, more and more tourists gathered at the rabbit zone. Staff members began handing out free carrots to visitors. Seeing the staff walking over, the audience in the live stream remembered clearly. Rule 1. Observe the zoo in an orderly manner. Do not feed, provoke, or engage in dangerous behavior. It was obvious these staff members were trying to set them up. But the rebellious Su Xiao still took the carrot anyway. He grabbed the carrot and fed it to a rabbit. And the little rabbit saw Black General. It trembled under the suppression of bloodline power. Su Xiao looked around, strangely noticing that there was no pink rabbit in sight. Could it be that Rule 2 was just a false warning? He immediately lost interest, complaining that it was boring. He had wanted to make the instance harder. Then he pulled out a map to select his next victim. After a quick glance, Su Xiao instructed Black General to stay alert. Behind him, a chicken rabbit was eerily staring at him. The chicken rabbit grew even creepier, giving off a bloody and foul aura. Anyone who's been to a zoo knows. An angry elephant becomes a mountain goat, and a desperate rabbit will definitely bite. But the man wasn't afraid at all, and even approached actively. Meanwhile, Samit from Asan country, like Su Xiao, fed the rabbit too. After tossing the carrot, he planned to leave. Careless Samit was unaware that behind him, a creepy aura was rising. The chicken rabbit behind him suddenly stood up. The next moment, a figure lunged fiercely. Damn it, even Newton couldn't explain this. Holy crap, are you serious? Can rabbits really jump that high? Samit was screaming from being bitten. He frantically shouted for help, yelling that the rabbit had gone mad. Hearing the cries, the staff immediately rushed over. Surprisingly, the staff easily picked up the eerie rabbit. Samit was in a terrible mood. Damn it, he was an educated man who didn't want to curse. But someone had better explain why the rabbit bit him. The staff lowered their heads and apologized, saying it was their oversight, and they would immediately take care of the rabbit. The live stream viewers immediately noticed something odd about Samit. His face was twisted, his eyes turning red. Some speculated, based on the strange rules, that after being bitten, he might mutate into a rabbit himself. Meanwhile, the zoo's situation worsened. Su Xiao arrived at an area marked with zebras, tigers, and goats. But to his confusion, after searching the area, he couldn't find the goat enclosure. He wondered if Rule 4 meant that the map. It was wrong. This was a correct rule. He then prepared to head to the elephant zone in the east. Soon, he arrived at the elephant zone. Su Xiao looked around, noticing quite a few elephants inside. But they all looked bizarre and strange. To Su Xiao, they seemed like giant versions of elephants. Then something unexpected happened. Not far away, a normal-looking elephant charged forward. Without hesitation, it rushed towards the bizarre elephants and started fighting. Viewers in the live stream were completely confused. Some even urged Su Xiao to run away, afraid the elephants might go berserk and trample Su Xiao to death. Moments later, dozens of bizarre elephants knocked the normal elephant down, motionless. Su Xiao kept observing the scene, feeling something was off, but couldn't put his finger on it. The next second, a bizarre scene unfolded. The bizarre elephants suddenly transformed into goats. Before Su Xiao could react, the goats, with blood-red eyes, went berserk and charged. The zoo visitors screamed, "Run! The elephants have turned into mad goats." Staff members rushed out, telling everyone not to panic, saying the elephant riot was only temporary. They said if people were scared, they could follow them to the lion zone. which was supposedly safe. A group of terrified visitors obediently followed the staff for shelter. Su Xiao watched the tourists obediently choosing to go to the lion zone for refuge, without a hint of suspicion. But why? If the elephants were rioting, should they go to the lion zone? Didn't Rule 8 say the aquarium was the safe zone? During the zoo riot, the so-called lion zone was actually a trap to feed people to lions. Su Xiao, feeling rebellious, decided to follow and check it out himself. Meanwhile, during the zoo riot, Babru, the chosen one from Faichu Nation, was devoured by the anomaly. The world of horror was about to descend. Some tourists discussed that he died because he wandered off and got trampled by an elephant. As long as they followed the staff to the lion zone, they'd be fine. A girl said, "We're actually lucky. Look at Nicola's live stream. The lion zone there is even scarier." The camera switched to Nicola. She was confronting the staff. Moments ago, the staff had locked the gate. Suddenly, a loud roar shook the park, startling her, because the people who had hidden in the lion zone with her were now being devoured by the mutant lions. The live stream viewers remained calm, because these people were already dead, just endlessly looping inside the instance. The supposedly safe lion zone rioted again. The locked gate made the crowd even more panicked. Nicola realized clearly, they were treated as food, meant to feed the lions. But Nicola, being agile, quickly climbed up the iron fence. At the same time, Su Xiao and Black General also faced a crisis. Two lions with intelligent eyes were stalking toward Su Xiao. The sudden threat stunned Su Xiao, making him freeze. The next moment, bizarrely, it was Black General, who launched tentacles from his mouth toward the lions. Black General treated the anomalies as food. The creepy little lions were instantly slain by Black General. Hunters often appear as prey first. Black General devoured the two lions. After eating, he even licked his tongue with satisfaction. The live stream viewers were extremely excited. This time, the creepy footage was not censored. Viewers worldwide witnessed the eerie scene. China's top authorities were analyzing it. Through the previous two instances, Su Xiao had brought back a lot of anomaly data. Thus, the anomalies seemed to think it unnecessary to block it anymore. They simply made it public. The top officials of the US were furious. Why was Washa Dragon Country so lucky to produce a genius? Now, with the help of anomalies, it would be very difficult for the US to catch up. They had no other choice now but to waste one hint opportunity. They had to ensure Thomas, their chosen one, cleared the instance. In the horror world, Su Xiao hugged Black General. He was thrilled by Black General's abilities. The next moment, he noticed someone crawling out of the chaotic park. Su Xiao told Black General to use brute force. The viewers in the stream shouted in awe, calling Black General a living cannon. He even blasted open the steel door in one shot. Su Xiao quickly gave chase. That person had actually escaped from the park on his own. Unlike the other panicked tourists, such an anomaly might be an important clue to clearing the instance. Su Xiao soon caught up to the man, who was now sitting on a bench, holding his head. Something was clearly wrong with him. His body trembled uncontrollably, as if he were struggling internally. Su Xiao hid behind a tree to observe and analyze. He noticed the man looked utterly desperate, as if he had experienced something that shattered him. Everyone who has faced death knows. Most desperate people leave behind a will. Even in the horror world, it was no exception. The man wrote a will on the bench and quietly left. Su Xiao decided to check it out. The note said, "I know I can't leave alive. The zoo seems to have appeared out of nowhere. It lured us inside. Entering this zoo was the worst decision I've ever made. I lost my good friend. I couldn't find him again. I got lost. There's no exit from the zoo. This zoo is creepy. They're all twisted monsters. I saw it with my own eyes." The security uncle turned into an elephant. He bravely charged at the monsters to protect us, but unfortunately, he failed. He was assimilated by the monsters. Su Xiao was surprised. So the normal elephant was originally a security guard? Could it be that all the animals in this zoo were once humans? He continued reading the remaining note. "No, we are all contaminated. I'm scared and hopeless. I've been trapped here for over 3 days. I don't know what fate awaits me. If you find this note, please follow the rules. May it help you escape. Always remember, find the aquarium quickly. It might really exist. Su Shao analyzed that the exit should be at the aquarium. But the problem was, until now, he still hadn't found the aquarium. The live stream viewers discussed, suggesting he ask the staff. Someone explained that a player from football country had already asked. The staff said there was no aquarium in the zoo. The top officials of Wei Shang country immediately used a hint to tell Nicola to find the note in the park. Football country's high levels also told their chosen one to find this crucial note. Meanwhile, the officials of Asan country were distressed. Their chosen one, Samit, had suffered a mental breakdown at the critical moment and missed the hints. In Aiding country's conference room, the high levels shouted to quickly copy Longguo's homework. Meanwhile, a broadcast played in the horror world. It is now 4:35 p.m. Visitors needing meals can go to designated shops to purchase delicious meat products. Reminder: the zoo closes at 6 p.m. Visitors remaining after closing time will not have their safety guaranteed. Su Shao immediately moved. He had to quickly find the designated shop. Otherwise, he would have to starve for the whole day. Soon, he arrived at the goat zone in the east. Su Shao was puzzled why the goat zone was located here. But it didn't matter. The important thing now was finding food at the store. The staff explained that the park prepared 3 free servings of goat meat and drinks for visitors daily. Visitors could help themselves. Su Shao turned around and immediately saw the goat meat station. It was obviously set up specially for visitors. He checked Rule 6. If you're hungry, you can get free food from the vending machine. However, kindly note, if you don't want to vomit, it's best to eat goat meat. Rule 6 allowed eating goat meat, but not from the vending machines. Strictly speaking, he had broken the rules rebelliously, thus possibly gaining talent protection. Then he saw the drink section nearby. It was labeled rabbit blood. Su Shao picked up a bottle and asked the staff, "What exactly is rabbit blood?" The staff couldn't answer. They could only offer a professional fake smile. This made the live stream viewers instantly alarmed. This person was definitely suspicious. Rule 7. If you encounter staff in black uniforms, escape immediately. Su Shao had encountered one at midnight, and even rebelliously chased after them, receiving a new paper clue in the process. The shady staff quickly took away the rabbit blood. Su Shao found it strange, but he knew drinking it would definitely cause trouble. Nicola from Wei Shang country also arrived at the designated shop, selecting goat meat carefully, while ignoring the rabbit blood nearby. Meanwhile, Samit from Asan country, who had been bitten by a rabbit earlier, also weirdly entered the shop. But unlike the others, he directly drank the rabbit blood. Instantly, the live stream feed disappeared. Samit was devoured by an anomaly. The horror world was about to descend. At 10 p.m., Su Shao was analyzing the rule information, combined with the note's hints. He speculated the zoo was eroding mental will, slowly turning people into animals. The note's mantra, "I am human, not an animal," was likely a warning to stay mentally alert. Unfortunately, he hadn't made any real progress today. After a full day's search, he still hadn't found the aquarium. With midnight approaching, he could only spend the night at the shop. At midnight, Su Shao was sleeping soundly. With the plush doll he placed beside him for protection, he was startled awake by noises. He rushed out of the room, searching the darkness for the source. Previously, Rule 7 stated, if you encounter black uniformed staff, escape immediately. But Su Shao did not. He found it strange. The staff member was sneaking goat meat at night. Thus, Rule 7 might be a false hint. Su Shao chased after him immediately. Upon exiting, Su Shao was surprised. The forked path the black uniformed worker took hadn't existed in the zoo during the day. Su Shao dashed in boldly. What he saw shocked him. The black uniformed worker had disappeared. It was a dead end. However, he found a clue. A note left at the spot where the worker vanished. It was probably a new hint. In the horror zoo, Su Shao obtained a critical clue, finding the mysterious aquarium first. He got the visitor rules for the aquarium, entering a new instance. Earlier, when chasing the black uniformed staff, he received the following clue. Got lost while chasing a group of rabbits. When I came to, I couldn't find my friend. I had no choice but to ask the staff for help. But they ignored me. The rabbits were monkeys. The elephants were rabbits. The first 4 white lions were monkeys. The 5th white lion was a goat. The zoo protects normal people during the day. The aquarium protects mildly contaminated people at night. Always believe that you are human. Su Xiao analyzed that this person must have been a visitor. But if he was a visitor, how did he end up wearing a zoo staff uniform? Su Xiao couldn't figure it out. He had a bold guess. Maybe this person was a staff member from the aquarium. And the aquarium truly was the safe zone they mentioned. Going deeper, could it even be the exit from the zoo? Meanwhile, Thomas from the US also obtained this critical note. The audience discussed excitedly, wondering what talent he used. Someone who knew the situation explained. It wasn't a talent. It was because their officials copied Su Xiao's homework and used a hint opportunity. At this moment, a mechanical voice sounded. The chosen ones of Football Country, Aiding Country, and 4 others had been devoured by anomalies. A horror world was about to descend. The reason was simple. These chosen ones chose to sleep on benches and were attacked and eliminated. Soon, it was the evening of the next day. Su Xiao had been hiding under a tree all day, without seeing any path to the aquarium. Suddenly, a commotion broke out nearby. The zoo had erupted into chaos again, just like yesterday. Elephants and rabbits were fleeing wildly. Zoo staff shouted for Su Xiao to help stop the rioting animals. Su Xiao immediately recalled, Rule 3, if you see staff chasing animals, please step up and help. They will be grateful. He started fumbling in his pants pocket and apologized, saying, sorry, I couldn't find a proper tool to help you. Meanwhile, other chosen ones also faced the same chaos. They all righteously chose to help the staff, driving the rioting animals back into the enclosures. However, unexpectedly, their every move was secretly watched by rabbits with laser-red eyes. Soon, screams rang out from the park. Rabbits eerily stepped out, holding massive war hammers. The well-meaning chosen ones instantly scattered in terror. In an instant, Iraq, Bangladesh, and Burundi were completely wiped out. At that moment, a road appeared through the black mist. Su Xiao noticed that the timing was the same as yesterday. Following this path should lead straight to the aquarium. He hoped his analysis was correct. Meanwhile, Thomas from the US was also waiting here, based on his officials' instructions. When the path appeared, he followed the note's hint and entered. But if you want true luck, it had to be Mabola. He accidentally stumbled upon and wandered into the path leading to the aquarium. So far, only these 3 had found it. Those who hadn't would face incoming dangers. When Su Xiao stepped into the aquarium, he immediately noticed new rules posted at the entrance. Aquarium Visitor Rules. Rule 1. There is a separate jellyfish lounge for visitors to rest. Food is provided free of charge. Feel free to help yourself. Do not eat goat meat, even if you see it on the shelves. Rule 2. There is only one path to the aquarium. Once inside, you cannot stay for more than 1 day, but you must stay for at least 4 hours. Rule 3. This is an aquarium. There will only be marine creatures. If you see elephants swimming in the whale area, do not panic. It is just a fun 3D projection. Pretend it is a whale. Rule 4. There are no humans. Inside the aquarium, you can pick up a black uniform at the entrance and put it on. This is the only way to signal the staff that you accept being rescued. Rule 5. All aquarium staff wear red uniforms. They will clean the aquarium every night at midnight. You can talk to them, but don't mention anything about the zoo. Rule 6. The aquarium exists independently. There is no zoo outside. Rule 7. After cleaning, the staff will leave the aquarium at 6 a.m. During that time, you cannot leave the aquarium. Rule 8. Violation of these rules will result in personal safety risks. Everyone knows that in the aquarium, only elephants drown. And remember, you must stay awake in the aquarium, not even doze off. Stay fully alert. Remind yourself you are human, not an animal. After reading the aquarium rules, Su Xiao found a box of black uniforms. He analyzed that previous survivors also wore black uniforms. Thus, Rule 4 seemed correct. But Su Xiao, who could only survive through rebellion, chose to ignore it. He continued wearing casual clothes into the aquarium. Upon entering, he immediately saw an elephant drowning in a water pipe. According to Rule 3, in the aquarium, only marine creatures should exist. If you see an elephant swimming in the whale area, do not panic. It's just a fun 3D projection. Pretend it's a whale. But Su Xiao found it extremely strange. This clearly wasn't a projection, but a real, dead, drowned elephant. He continued deeper inside, and reached the lounge. There was a small resting sofa and a transparent glass wall. Through the glass, Su Xiao observed the jellyfish, and actually felt relaxed. He recalled the note mentioning that the aquarium could protect the mildly contaminated. Could it refer to these jellyfish? Even Su Xiao grew drowsy, yawning. The next second, he collapsed onto the bed, placing the big plush guardian beside him, and fell into deep sleep. Half an hour later, Su Xiao was awakened by some noise. His vanguard Black General had found a clue for him. Su Xiao saw that Black General was holding what seemed like a notebook. He quickly took it and checked. The contents read, "I am a staff member at the zoo. Since starting work here, I have had the same dream every night. A strange yet terrifyingly real dream." Su Xiao then muttered confusedly, "Zoo? What zoo?" This startled the Washa viewers. What's going on with Su Xiao? I turned into an elephant. A drowned elephant. In my dream, the elephant whispered to me, "You cannot escape. This is your fate." These whispers made it impossible for me to work normally. I even began to doubt my sanity. While working at the zoo, I was forced to follow strange rules. It was said that those who violated the rules, without exception, disappeared. They didn't resign from the zoo. They vanished from the world completely. According to the rules, I must always believe the zoo exists independently. There is no aquarium here. Yet visitors often asked me, "How do I get to the aquarium?" I could only smile and reply, "There is no aquarium in the zoo." Inside this zoo, animals would randomly appear. These animals were often strange, and their numbers kept increasing. Though sometimes I doubted it. I knew, the rules forbid random thoughts. As long as I did my job, I could survive, but I knew I couldn't endure this any longer. I decided to rebel against the rules. No matter what happens, please remember, you are human, not an animal. Su Xiao pondered that everything kept mentioning the zoo. She must have forgotten something very important. She immediately picked up the knife beside her. The last sentence felt very familiar to her, as if she had heard it many times. To prevent losing her memory again, Su Xiao chose a better method. He chose to record the message on his arm in the most primitive way. After finishing, Su Xiao continued reading the second notebook. "Hello. Congratulations on finding the aquarium, and discovering the notes I left behind. My identity is not important, but what I'm about to say, you must remember, especially the crucial parts. No matter what method you use, you must write them in a very visible spot. The jellyfish in the jellyfish lounge can treat mild contamination, but at the same time, they will also unknowingly erase part of your memory. Of course, it might not be accurate. This is just my personal assumption. The zoo does exist. The path from the zoo to the aquarium only appears at specific times, and for a very short period. You may have already lost your memory of the zoo, but it's fine. As long as you made it into the aquarium, the zoo is no longer important." Starting from the underlined part, the following content is crucial for you, because it concerns whether you can leave alive. Tonight, you must not fall asleep. Not even a nap, perhaps. The jellyfish in the room will make you drowsy. But no matter what it takes, you must keep yourself awake at all times. This is critical. Su Xiao frowned slightly. No sleep, not even a nap. He realized how terrifying the situation was. Su Xiao told the doll and Black General that from now on, whenever he got drowsy, they must wake him by any means necessary. America activated 5G tech to steal Su Xiao's information, only to receive a friendly greeting message. Meanwhile, Su Xiao kept checking the clues Black General found. The note read, Time is critical. You are human, not an animal. Around midnight, the aquarium staff will enter the jellyfish lounge to turn off the night lights. During this time, you must pretend to be asleep. At around 5 a.m. the next day, staff will enter the jellyfish lounge again. If you are still conscious by then, try chatting with him. Best to talk about topics like the zoo. The exit is inside the aquarium. 5:30 a.m. The aquarium staff will clock out and go home. Follow him. And congratulations, you might have found your way home. Su Xiao knew this round's rules were exceptionally tricky. He had already lost his memory once, so he must treat this carefully. He chose to record key information on his arm. Meanwhile, in Nikolai's lounge, under the jellyfish's soothing influence, he also lost all memories related to the zoo. But his lucky dog aura hadn't ended. He stumbled across a rule hidden nearby. Extremely lucky, he accidentally found a notebook, and also got crucial clues. But he just skimmed the notebook, and put it away, without recording anything. Meanwhile, America's Thomas found 2 different notebooks. They were the aquarium staff's notes. I am an aquarium staff member. I usually work the night shift. I start my shift a little after midnight, and leave around 5:30 a.m. As an aquarium employee, I must always stay alert. The aquarium exists independently. There is no zoo here. Although I have doubts about the rules. I've heard that employees who violated the rules have completely disappeared inside the aquarium. At first, I thought it was just a scary joke. Until that day, I saw a drowned elephant in the whale zone. No matter how tourists asked, I had to insist I knew nothing about the zoo. I knew they would soon forget about the zoo too. Because of the jellyfish here, it will make them forget that part of their memory. There was once a tourist who stumbled upon this place by accident. He asked me about the zoo. I firmly denied knowing of any zoo. Very soon, he lost interest. After the tourist fell asleep, I followed protocol, and turned off the jellyfish nightlight by his bed. But when I returned to work the next day, I suddenly found that tourist had vanished. I didn't know if something happened to him, or if he had left the aquarium. In any case, since then, I have never seen him again in the aquarium. Viewers in the live stream reading this notebook note felt like it said a lot, yet said nothing useful at all. They couldn't find any helpful information. Thomas continued flipping through the second notebook. The contents were, I am the zoo director. Every moment, I regret coming here and becoming the zoo director. First, visitors mysteriously disappeared. Then, my staff began quitting without reason. My job was extremely tedious. While supervising staff, I often saw them chasing rabbits. Although I didn't know how the rabbits escaped, I often worked late into the night. But every night, I would hear children's laughter and cries from the zoo. I realized I might be hallucinating, because it came from the rabbit enclosure. I discovered the zoo's secret. I cannot leave the zoo. It is restricting my freedom. Anyone who enters this zoo cannot leave alive, including myself. If you are unfortunate enough to enter this zoo, you must remember 3 things. First, it is constantly influencing you. Second, do not probe into what it is. Third, do not be assimilated by it. Always remember, you are human, not an animal. If you are lucky enough to leave, then, please greet tomorrow's sun for me. After reading the 2 notebooks, Thomas was speechless. It was all chaotic nonsense. There was not a single word about how to leave. Since that was the case, he could only activate his talent. Thief. Once activated, it allows stealing one useful piece of information from another chosen. Thomas tore off a blank piece of paper, activated his thief ability, targeting Dragon Nation's Su Xiao. The next second, a line of text slowly appeared on the paper. When Thomas saw it, he was completely stunned. What the heck was this? Was Su Xiao from Guangdong? Only the Guangdong viewers could even translate it. Chinese Guangdong viewers burst out laughing. Su Xiao was truly a master at attacking the heart. That move was hilariously sly. The whole stream was confused. Su Xiao didn't seem to do anything. Only Black General gestured a few times at the air. Could it have been Black General's doing? He managed to nullify Thomas's talent. And that sea lion even knew a foreign language. Even Su Xiao couldn't help but praise Black General, saying true elegance comes from scholarship. His way of cursing was straightforward and brutal. The next second, Su Xiao, who was still energetic earlier, suddenly became drowsy again. He was falling asleep. In the Tales world, Su Xiao was attacked by the doll and Black General. Was it because they were influenced by some weird fairy tale? Actually no, it was all Su Xiao's plan. He had told the doll and Black General to wake him up by any means necessary. They must not let him fall asleep. After getting roughed up, Su Xiao wasn't angry at all. He even praised them for doing well. Clearly, the jellyfish had a hypnotic effect. He had fallen for it unknowingly. The live viewers also gave Black General a big thumbs up. In this situation, it would be impossible to wake Su Xiao up. And once he fell asleep, it would be hard to wake him again. At midnight, Su Xiao continued pretending to be sound asleep. Meanwhile, the doll and Black General stood guard by Su Xiao's side. A staff member in a black uniform quietly pushed open the door and entered. The first thing he did was take away the notebook placed nearby. Clearly, he just didn't want others to learn about the zoo. After removing the notebook with clues, the staff member left. That moment, Su Xiao suddenly opened his eyes. He analyzed the situation. According to the notebook's notes, staff were not supposed to enter the rest area before 5 a.m. So he had to stay awake at all costs. He continued to hold out until 5:30 a.m., waiting for the next staff visit. Meanwhile, Nicola also followed the notebook's hints and pretended to sleep. When he looked up again, the notebook was still gone. But he quickly calmed himself down. He needed to find paper and pen to jot down the important hints. Yet as soon as he picked up the pen, he felt sad. He had lost his memory again. Looking at the paper and pen in confusion, he had no idea what he was supposed to do. Under the jellyfish's hypnosis, he became extremely drowsy and went to bed to sleep, thinking he'd deal with everything tomorrow. Meanwhile, Thomas from the United States also found no way to leave and fell asleep in the rest area under the jellyfish's influence. As for Su Xiao, unlike others staying up late, he pulled an all-nighter. By 5:20 a.m., Su Xiao was extremely weak, woken up countless times by the flying general. Moments later, the sound of a door opening was heard. It startled the staff member. At this point, Su Xiao should have been asleep. Still, he asked, "You're awake?" Su Xiao weakly smiled. Finally, it was over. He asked the staff member, "The zoo really exists, right? And after you get off work, you are actually going back home?" Su Xiao's words made the staff panic and flee hurriedly. Su Xiao immediately followed him. As long as he kept following, he could escape this eerie zoo. The eerie zoo reached its final chapter. Su Xiao cleared it with a 5-star rating. Reward: Jellyfish Pendant of Strange Resistance. Next destination: Mount Deluo. Now that the truth was exposed, the black uniformed staff member fled desperately. Su Xiao chased after him with his weakened body. He firmly believed the door ahead was the exit from the zoo. Sure enough, the moment Su Xiao pushed the door open, a mechanical voice sounded, "Chosen one, congratulations on escaping the zoo. Clearance rating: 5-star clearance reward. Jellyfish Pendant, +2 Strange Resistance. Current Strange Resistance, 4%. Jellyfish Pendant Description: the pendant is a part of it. It soothes your spirit and emotions, preventing you from losing yourself." Looking at the newly appeared jellyfish pendant in his hand, emitting a faint glow, it could calm emotions and allow calm thinking and analysis. To Su Xiao, this was another powerful weapon. He already had a talent to resist physical contamination by strangeness. Now, with this pendant, he could resist spiritual contamination too. Su Xiao was now like someone carrying 2 umbrellas, safe and reliable. Meanwhile, with Su Xiao's 5-star clearance, Dragon Nation also received a strange tale reward. Dragon Nation was exempted from this round of rule invasion and received a special reward: a 20% reduction in the national disease rate. Instantly, dozens of boys paralyzed for 50 years stood up and threw away their wheelchairs. Meanwhile, Dragon Nation's command center ordered, "Mobilize military armed forces." At the same time, in Weishang Nation's conference room, their abandoned child of fortune, Nicola, ultimately failed to clear the level. The commander ordered the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to maintain diplomatic relations with Dragon Nation at all costs during this period. No matter what, an international alliance with Dragon Nation must be established. The U.S. High Command was furious. It was Su Shao again. They never expected Dragon Nation to turn the tables after 5 consecutive defeats. They immediately convened a secret meeting to re-examine the Strange Tales data. 3 days later, Su Shao entered a new instance, Mount Deluo. The nations randomly selected for this challenge were Dragon Nation, Sunset Nation, United States, Paris Nation, Asan Nation, Kimchi Nation, East Island Nation. This challenges Strange Tales world. Mount Deluo. After tourists went missing, Mount Deluo was closed for 2 years. Even though it was closed, its beautiful scenery still attracted many tourists. This was his territory. He welcomed visitors warmly. Of course, if you didn't mind becoming his servant. Reminder: please exit Mount Deluo within 3 days. If you fail, believe me, he will gladly keep you here. This challenge offers one external tip opportunity. One chance only. Su Shao observed his surroundings and found the rules posted at the information board. Mount Deluo Hiking Tourist Rules. Rule 1. Once you step onto the hiking trail at Mount Deluo, if you hear someone calling your name from behind, do not turn around. Rule 2. While climbing, do not silently count your steps. Rule 3. There are unmanned vending points along Mount Deluo. You may take souvenirs home, but never eat the food from these stands. Rule 4. The forest is dangerous. Do not stray from the hiking path. Rule 5. All former residents of Mount Deluo Village have relocated. If you encounter someone claiming to be from Mount Deluo Village, do not engage in conversation. Leave immediately. Su Shao keenly realized these were rules, meaning there must also be rule-based pens. He decided to proceed first, to see if there were more hints. A few minutes later, Su Shao discovered a signpost. It read, "You have advanced 100 meters toward Mount Deluo's summit. This hiking trail totals 10,000 meters. Keep going." Su Shao noticed something was off. He had been walking for a long time, but had only covered 100 meters. The livestream viewers were discussing. Rule 2 said, not to count your steps while climbing. The big boss was just being rebellious again. They joked Su Shao would crash sooner or later. Just as Su Shao was about to count his steps rebelliously, a strange force suddenly descended, tempting him to turn around. Immediately, the jellyfish pendant emitted a faint glow, helping Su Shao resist the strange pollution. Only then did Su Shao recall. Rule 1. Once you step onto Mount Deluo's hiking path, if you hear someone calling your name from behind, do not turn around. What's more strange, the fellow hikers who had ascended with him had vanished. Mount Deluo was eerily silent. However, Su Shao had a full set of strange resistance gear. He immediately summoned Black General, ordering him to walk ahead and clash with any strangeness. Su Shao made a firm decision. If anything dared approach him, Black General was to bite first and ask questions later. Today, Su Shao faced a huge crisis. Mount Deluo's level of strangeness was so high even Black General couldn't detect it. At this point, Su Shao had advanced 800 meters toward the summit. But the hiking trail was 10,000 meters long. Looking at the souvenir counter along the way, everything inside was brand new. Even the food wasn't expired. It was clear someone regularly maintained it. Su Shao analyzed that, besides tourists, there must also be staff here. But hadn't Mount Deluo been closed to tourism? Then why were the staff still working here? Suddenly, an eerie voice called Su Shao's name from behind again. Chilling whisper kept calling him. From the sound, Su Shao judged that this creepy thing seemed to have gotten closer. He turned his head sharply, but found nothing. Su Shao's sudden movement confused Black General. Su Shao looked at Black General, realizing that he alone could hear the voice. Black General seemed unaware of anything. Could this be the he mentioned in the Strange Tales hint? Just as Su Shao was analyzing the situation, the eerie force silently invaded his mind. He felt dizzy and his brain fogged over. The next moment, Su Shao's jellyfish pendant emitted a soft glow, soothing his mind and clearing the strange attack. Instantly, Su Shao felt much better. Fortunately, he had the jellyfish pendant's protection. Otherwise such an invisible mental invasion would have been impossible to guard against. Even though Black General remained vigilant in protecting him, this level of strangeness even exceeded Black General's awareness. This was an even stronger entity. Su Xiao recalled. Rule 3. There are unmanned vending points along Mount Deluo. You may take souvenirs home, but absolutely must not eat the food sold there. He decided to act rebelliously again, violating Rule 3, and gaining his talent protection. After another half-hour's trek, Su Xiao discovered a new signpost. It was a map of Mount Deluo. At this point, he had advanced 1,500 meters. Su Xiao confirmed it was indeed a map, but there was no indication of where the summit was. At that moment, two people approached Su Xiao. According to Rule 5, all former Mount Deluo villagers had relocated. If you encounter anyone claiming to be a Deluo villager, do not engage them. Leave immediately. Su Xiao smiled next moment. As the saying goes, you don't hit a smiling face. Maybe smiling and approaching wouldn't cause trouble? Su Xiao directly asked, "Are you residents of Mount Deluo?" The two gave an awkward smile, saying yes, they were Deluo villagers. They were part of the village patrol team. Sizing them up, Su Xiao noticed, "Then why are you walking the side trails instead of the main hiking path?" In Kaihawa Strange Tales, the selected candidate was actually a female film teacher. Earlier, facing Su Xiao's question, the patrol team replied that small paths were more convenient. They even advised Su Xiao, if he wanted to reach the summit quickly, just keep following the main trail, and definitely visit the mountain god temple. Su Xiao looked toward where they pointed, asking what the mountain god temple was. But when Su Xiao turned to look, the two had already bolted away. Their fleeing speed made one's heart ache. They were clearly repeat offenders. After a quick daze, Su Xiao grinned with 250 IQ. He thought maybe he could imitate the villagers. The livestream viewers couldn't stay calm. Rule 4 mentioned, the forest was dangerous. Do not stray from the hiking path. Su Xiao looked ready to recklessly rebel again. Other candidates also encountered the patrol team and heard about the mountain god temple. But one thing was certain. None dared follow the villagers onto the small trails. Meanwhile, Sunset Nation's bridge boy was stunned. Blushing, he wanted to consult the villagers. Sharp-eyed viewers immediately noticed something wrong. That female teacher was definitely suspicious. Now the villagers were in danger. Meanwhile, Su Xiao had already ventured along a small trail. He noticed a problem. He had been walking straight all along, but somehow had returned to his original spot. Maybe the villagers were right after all. To reach the summit, you must take the mountain trail. Once again, Su Xiao inadvertently discovered the Deluo Mountain Tourist Rules. Rule 6. The management has not set up any sales points along Deluo Mountain. If you find a sales point, please do not take anything from there. Also, report it immediately to the on-duty personnel. Rule 7. If you see a pavilion during your hike. Rule 8. If you feel like you're being followed, or hear any unusual sounds, please immediately go to Longyeang Pool to wash up. But be careful, do not drink the water from Longyeang Pool. Rule 9. Longko Cave has always been a good resting spot on Deluo Mountain. There, you can seek help from the on-duty personnel. Rule 10. Do not trust anyone. Su Xiao keenly noticed that Rule 10 seemed to have been altered by someone. At the same time, Park Bo-chong from Kimchi Nation kept getting disturbed by something eerie. A strange voice kept calling her name by her ear. The high command of Kimchi Nation ordered hints to be sent to Park Bo-chong to wake her up, but without the protection of the jellyfish pendant, Park Bo-chong had already fallen into complete mental chaos. She instantly became a fool, unable to move forward, so she started retreating backward. As a result, people around the world tuned into her livestream. Voices of amazement flooded the stream. This bizarre train of thought. To borrow Li Yunlong's words, "Damn it, she really is a genius." Some said that regardless of the outcome, this was indeed her shining moment. After running for half an hour, Park Bo-chong found that the space around her had frozen. It felt like she was running on a treadmill. The high command of Kimchi Nation was furious. This idiot wasted her chance. They announced that the national rule horror would soon descend. Meanwhile, Su Xiao had reached the 3,000-meter mark. The rules had warned clearly. During the climb, if you see a pavilion, stay away immediately. Do not touch anything inside the pavilion. But Su Xiao completely ignored it, and sat directly inside the pavilion. There, he found 2 more note slips on the ground. A female teacher from the film crew, Ms. Bojima, climbed the mountain without wearing underwear for the first time, only to be loudly cursed by a weird entity. At that moment, Su Xiao read the content on the note. I am a member of Deluo Village's patrol team. May the mountain god bless us. I am responsible for patrolling the areas near the village and around the Deluo Mountain hiking sword trail. In our village rules, we are forbidden from having too much contact with outsiders, especially visitors walking the hiking sword trail. During patrols, sometimes it's inevitable to encounter visitors on the trail. They often ask strange questions. But according to the village rules, we must not engage too much. We only need to tell them to keep following the mountain trail to reach the mountain god shrine. We have a communal cafeteria in the village. All villagers from different groups dine there. However, the cafeteria always prepares 1 extra dish, which we are absolutely forbidden to touch. It's said that dish is for Deluo Hotel. Water from Longying Pool is safe to drink. We often use it to make functional drinks. The mountain god shrine used to exist. No, it no longer exists now. The content of the second note was just a few short phrases. Escape Deluo, Tower, Hotel, Horror, Lost, Head for the mountain god. No, the destination. Do not trust anyone. Su Xiao calmly analyzed. Both notes repeatedly mentioned Deluo Hotel and the mountain god shrine. It seemed these 2 places were crucial for clearing the instance. Meanwhile, Austin from the USA, Dijong from India, Alan from the UK, Claude from France, all found note slips inside the pavilion. Only the female teacher from Japan, Kyoto Mata, moved the sack. She seemed to be enduring some torment. Her mental state was clearly off. She even failed to notice key information. She was just gasping heavily. Meanwhile, Su Xiao had arrived at Longying Pool. The sign beside it read, "Do not drink the pool water." Su Xiao asked the man nearby, "Can I borrow your water bottle?" The man immediately refused, saying no. Rule 8 states, if you feel like you're being followed, or hear any strange sounds, please immediately go to Longying Pool to wash up. But note, absolutely do not drink the water from Longying Pool. Su Xiao immediately judged this rule to be wrong. If you can't drink it, why fetch the water? With the protection of his fierce dog, Su Xiao snatched the man's goji thermos cup, and decisively drank the goji tea inside. This bold move stunned the staff watching. After finishing it off clean, Su Xiao felt refreshed and energized. Sure enough, he no longer heard the eerie voice. Viewers in the livestream, seeing this flashy man return, immediately wanted to fall for him. Others commented, though it looks so satisfying. Is it really safe to drink Longying Pool's water? In the horror world, most chosen ones dare not drink the water from Longying Pool. But some, after careful analysis and judgment, choose to drink it. Meanwhile, in Japan, Kyoto Mata. Inside Japan's conference room, the higher-ups were furious. The female teacher could no longer hold on. The enemy was too fierce. Send her a hint to drink the pool water. But it was already too late. Kyoto Mata had already been infected and consumed by Ghost One. The Japanese chosen one, Kyoto Mata, was devoured by Ghost One. The horror world was about to descend. Moments later, Su Xiao reached the 6,000-meter mark on Deluo Mountain. He saw the exhausted black general and asked what happened. Can't go on anymore, he said weakly. Tai Rishan was really fierce. Su Xiao took a few more steps and then froze. He actually found the Deluo Hotel that had been repeatedly hinted at in the notes. The hotel was surrounded by thick black fog, indicating it was no ordinary place. Su Xiao, looking at the Deluo Hotel engulfed in black mist, was instantly disoriented by eerie voices. At that moment, the jellyfish pendant on his chest glowed faintly, helping him regain clarity. He hadn't expected that despite his caution, he was still mentally invaded. This so-called Deluo Hotel was truly terrifying. If not for the jellyfish pendant, he might have failed this time. Other chosen ones were not so lucky. Claude from France had already been lured into the hotel by the voices. France's command center ordered an immediate use of a hint to urge Claude to evacuate quickly. However, hints turned out to be ineffective inside the Deluo Hotel, meaning the hotel's enchanting sounds were overwhelmingly powerful. Though the hint failed, Claude somehow regained clarity. He noticed a note in his hand he didn't know when he had acquired. The note read, "If you are lucky enough to enter Deluo Hotel and wish to escape, you must carry out the following plan. Inside the hotel, if you meet employees from other departments, claim you are from hotel security. This is extremely important. Your mission is to gather intel on the hotel's interior. Do not let them discover your true identity. Find out the number of normals inside the hotel, and safely deliver the intel to the mountain god shrine." Claude was stunned. He had to act as a spy inside the hotel and deliver the intel to the shrine, meaning someone would rendezvous with him at the shrine. Some viewers speculated, will he team up with Su Xiao? Claude kept reading. As long as you successfully place the intel before the shrine's statue, you will receive the mountain god's blessing. Otherwise, you will be targeted by him. Inside the hotel, he cannot harm you. But once outside, beware. Until the mission is completed, do not attempt to flee. No matter where you run, you will end up back here. You have no room for error. This mission is extremely difficult. During the mission, please do not trust anyone. Although Claude didn't know if the mission was real, since he was already here, he decided to give it a try. Moreover, the talent he drew suited this mission well. The French conference room also speculated that the chosen ones in this instance might be able to collaborate. They immediately ordered to contact the Dragon Nation's high command. Although the two countries normally had little friendly ties, perhaps in this horror world instance, they could work together. Meanwhile, other chosen ones drawn into the hotel only thought about fleeing in terror, completely ignoring the notes in their hands. As soon as they made a move to escape, hotel staff hidden in the shadows locked onto them. In the end, none of the fleeing chosen ones managed to escape Deluo Hotel. They were all devoured by the horrors. Meanwhile, after shaking off Deluo Hotel's pull, Su Xiao had reached the 8,000-meter mark. Here, there were two branching paths. But he remembered Rule 9. Longko Cave was a good resting spot with kind intentions. There, he could seek help from on-duty personnel. Su Xiao revealed a mysterious smile. Asking for help? Impossible. After walking for half an hour, he found himself back at the same spot. Something had been preventing him from moving forward, so he decided he might as well check out Longko Cave first.